Hello. Yeah. Y'all get in here, man. Let's talk. Let's talk. We done had a few days off. I had my first Sunday off in a long time. Your girl is excited about it. I wish I felt better. Like, I got to talk. I need to vent. Can I talk to y'all? We vent. I got so much I want to get in here, y'all. Hit the like button. Let's get comfortable. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Get in here, please. Thumbs up this video as you walk in the door. You know that's how you help me out in the algorithm. I've been off a couple days, so they might not send out no notifications at all. I am counting on y'all. How is y'all doing? How's y'all doing? Get in here, please. Get in here, please. Get in here, please. Let's talk. Let's talk. First off, let me greet everybody before I start running my mouth because I have so much I need to get off my chest. So much. So much. So much. And it's been a myriad of thoughts and notions and feelings and all type of stuff going on. But let me talk to y'all first. Let me greet, because it's rude to just be talking and walk in the room and ain't spoke to nobody. That ain't cool. Hey, Leah, how you doing? Quiet Storm 87. What's up, sis? Good to see you. Oh, my days is in the house. What's going down? Good to see you. And thank you for hanging with us. Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady. Y'all need to holler at my girl. She got what you need. The beautiful Bianca Edwards is in the house. She's telling y'all to please get your drinks, kick off your shoes, hit the like button, and help us out. Okay? Jazzy J up in here. Hey, boo, what's going down? G Darling is in the house. Hello, hello. Queen of Hearts KS. Hey, girl. How you doing? Auntie Eva, we glad you made it. All right. DB, hello. Good to see you. What's going on? Kia Coco Pop. Hey, little sister. How you doing? Happy Monday. Man, I hope y'all had a good weekend too. I got to talk. I got to talk. Hey, Miss Nisi. How you doing, girl? Look, y'all get in here. Hit the like button as you come in. Greet each other. If it's your first time live, make sure you put FTL in the chat. Even if it's your first time watching on a replay, let us know. You are welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, D. Saratinas, what's going down? Good to see you. So, look, first of all, I have been, now y'all know I had the stomach virus, right? So I got past that. My girl Philly Joint hooked me up with some Canada Dry ginger ale. I'm not from the city, so I'm not gonna call it ginger ale. It's some ginger ale, and that was the lick. Thank you again to Philly Joint for the ginger ale, off of my wish list on Amazon. That was super sweet of her. I appreciate it. I ain't gonna never stop saying thank you because that was the bomb. Like, that was the bomb, the bomb, the bomb. Now that we got that part out the way, let me tell you, it has been. Oh, this the other thing, y'all. We back broadcasting on Twitch. So if you got two devices, two browsers, you know what I'm saying, two tabs open on your whatever, you can stream us on both. Feel free. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can follow for free. All that good stuff once it's monetized again. But I think it dropped monetization because I really haven't been going over there, to be honest. I didn't have the right energy for that. I really didn't. And I know everybody want to do One's Gotta Go. We're gonna do it at our third annual masquerade ball, which is coming up on October 14th. Like, it'll be here in no time. So if you ain't got your costume, get ready. Okay. And we might do it beforehand, but I hadn't really been going over there because my spirit wasn't right to be over there. It really wasn't. Like, that's more, when you feeling more festive to me, when I'm doing, Club Crown and we, playing the music, playing the hits, kicking it, brown liquor, whatever, just having a good time. And I really wasn't feeling that. I wasn't. Some of y'all who've been around, you know what it is. Hey, Queen Me. Y'all know what it is. I lost my mother. Let me stop saying that. I did not lose my mother. My mother went to heaven last May. May 10th, to be precise. Queen Me, how you doing? So May 10th, the Lord took my mama to her heavenly reward. I hate to use that word lost, so I catch myself when I say it. Hey, DS. So after that, y'all know I still been pushing through, still, cracking jokes, still being upbeat and all that stuff. And that's why, if I'm being honest, when we were covering that mess with Steve Harvey and Miss Shirley, I can't just call that lady Shirley Strawberry. That lady old enough to be my mama, Miss Shirley. Hey, Patricia Robinson. Hey, happy to be happy. So for me, it was when I heard him make the statement, like no matter how bad their day is going, they still gotta, make sure they put, keep everybody else positive and put on a show for people. That's how I feel sometimes. Like some days I don't be up to it, some days I don't feel like it. A lot of days I have all type of black stuff going on because I'm still black, so I be having a real black life over here. Black things be happening. I got black children, black husband, all kind of black stuff going on. And so you still have to keep your energy up and be positive. And so I've done my best to do just that, like keep my energy up, stay positive, stay cool and everything. But to be honest, I ain't had the energy really, to go and push through and, do our club crown on Twitch and play our music and everything on Twitch. Hey, Bad Stop BK, what's going on? How you doing, sis? And so with that being said, for me, I had to like push back off a lot of that stuff. I had to, because a lot of times when you're doing things and people ain't always as supportive as they front, like, y'all got people in y'all lives like that. I ain't picking on nobody, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes people be like, oh, I got your back, I'm in it with you or whatever. And then when you get in the middle of stuff, you see that the people that got your back is real few and far in between. They get real thin when, people get thin when stuff get thick. Y'all know what I'm saying? So I had to pull back off of that, but I'm back on, streaming here and on Twitch. So y'all please support the Twitch page. It's the same name. We the same family, but at least if we have that space over there, we can do, our stuff where we doing one's gotta go. Or if we do drunk karaoke or something fun like that, because on YouTube, they're going to take your channel down playing other people's music. Like you have to be careful even singing stuff. If it sounds too much like the song, they will take you down. So y'all please be mindful of stuff like that. And that's that. That's all I want to say about that. So yeah, we streaming on Twitch again. We gonna run it on both. Hey Queena, how you doing? They definitely understand they got a lot going on, good things this time. Yeah. And that's true too. Even when it's good stuff, sometimes even the good can take a lot out of your schedule. Like you don't have it's only 24 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you only got 24 hours. You're going to do what you're going to do and make the most of it. Hopefully you keeping God first. You praying before your foot hit the floor and you doing things the right way. And there's a law of process. And those of y'all who done been to our Bible study, y'all know about the law of process. So you should, you got your notes. You got to go through the process. Like ain't nothing just gonna fall from the sky for you. It's always a process, always. And Bianca is right, y'all. Hit the like button, please. Thumbs up this video. That's how you help your girl. Let them know we here. Thumbs up this video. That's how you help me, and I appreciate you. I do. Now, let's talk about what we got to talk about today. Hey, Southern Charm. How you doing? Okay, so let's talk about what we got to talk about, y'all, because there's some stuff that we got to talk about. Okay, so first things first, we got to talk about Tyler Perry and him showing his true colors. And I know some folks might not like what I got to say about this cat, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, we got to cover it because he's using his voice, his platform, his celebrity, and his status and popularity to spread dangerous messages to Black women. And I find that to be extremely predatory, especially considering that his entire audience, for the most part, has been Black women. That's who's been making money from him and for him. And that's who he's been eating off of. And yet and still, this man took his time to use his voice, celebrity, and popularity in due in large part to Black women to then let us know what he really thought of us. So we got to discuss that. Hey, Nina Ross. Yeah, we got to discuss that. We ain't gonna let him slide. Y'all know that ain't even my style. We ain't letting him slide at all. I'm coming straight for his neck because he got a whole lot of nerve. A whole lot. So we got to talk about him. We cannot let him go. Southern Charm say billionaire Tyler Perry need to take several seats. He sure does. He sure does. Hey, Rochelle, what up, sis? Kia says he's always hated Black women. Tyler Perry can go all the way over there. Sure can, and burn the ashes. Sure can. And he has always hated black women. But a lot of us tried to point this out, and I know I was attacked online and everything else in the past for saying the truth about this man. He definitely hates black women. He definitely wants you to be in a certain position in life. And we're going to talk about what he had to say, and we're going to listen to the audio of what he had to say that kind of got my attention and got up under my skin and worked my nerves real good. So we're definitely going to address that because clearly he's lost his mind. Clearly he's been eating lead paint chips. So we're going to address him. Jazzy J say, my mom been saying the same thing for over a decade. Right. And me and your mama is right. Both of us is right. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Tell him now. Tell him. That's right. Share it. If you want to join, there's a join button, and Bianca put the membership link in the chat. We'll be happy to have you. Kia say, made his preference a baby mama, so he ain't no better than the rest of them at all. Southern Charm said his portrayal of black women has always turned me off, girl, and me too. So we're going to talk about him. I would like to have a conversation about, mind you, this is not necessarily our business. This is a biracial man disrespecting a biracial woman, but we surely going to have a little bit of a conversation about Drake, good old Aubrey, disrespecting Halle Berry. Yeah, we're going to have a little conversation about that. Because I felt some type of, I don't know, I felt like that was so inappropriate and unnecessary. So we definitely have to have a conversation about that. We cannot let that slide and act like what he did to that lady was normal or acceptable in any way, because it clearly was not. So we got to have a conversation about that too. Unfortunately, we do. We got to have that one. Another thing I want to kind of, these are little side notes, but I want to throw them in. Why y'all ain't tell me that we had a whole thing going on any other time? And you know what? Shout out to Lily, the red lipstick hustler. Lily makes sure she inbox me with every little piece of gossip that come down the pipe. Every piece. But the rest of y'all ain't told me Tasha K and T.S. Madison was going back and forth. Y'all ain't tell me that. Y'all ain't told me nothing about it. So we gotta talk about that. It's just a side note. It ain't gonna be no whole big thing, but we sure gonna talk about it. There go my friend. Hey, Philly Joint. Thank you for the ginger ale, boo. Thank you. So yeah, we got to have a little talk about that, because I didn't know Tasha K and T.S. Madison was going back and forth like that, and now T.S. Madison talking about people churning and stuff. Child, I say, wait a minute, and not the fake talking about churning like people tried to pull for Erica Mena or for Drew Sidora. No, real talking about churning. So we got to have a little convo about that, because I'm sitting here like, that looks a little fishy. Then the clear woman from over there on the Real Housewives of Orange County, Sharon Beater, baby, they say her going to jail for a DUI and a hit and run. So we got to talk about that. Lil Scrappy was on the internet, and he was crying on the internet and saying basically not real tears, but whining like somebody who's having PMS and dysmenorrhea. But he was on the internet leaking and stuff and whining, talking about, that men need to go get therapy, because basically the women on the internet don't want to be therapists for them. Okay, so we got to have a little talk about that. Guess it's, we'll talk about that later. Drew Sidora is still online insinuating lies. Y'all know she's a good old equivocator, and she's still equivocating. So we're going to talk about her because she wants to be talked about so bad. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. And Plies is over there in Montgomery, Alabama, kicking it with Miss Tammy from the Montgomery Brawl on Cinco de Negro. And I thought that was just real cool. So we're going to have a little laugh, little talk, little, wonderful conversation about that. And we got to talk about what's going on in Nigeria with the death of MohBad and Naira Marley being listed as a person of interest by the public, if not the police. So we got to talk about that too. Hey, Jenny Patterson, you say you late, but you hit the button. Girl, you ain't that late. I'm just letting y'all know what us is finna be talking about, today. So y'all thumbs up this video. You notice how we get in the algorithm. This is how we let them people know we here. Y'all know they don't always do right with notifications, but we here regardless. You ain't know about Tasha K and TS? Child, I posted the tweet that TS Madison put out on the community tab. I'm gonna read it to y'all. In a minute. I was letting the phone charge up a little bit. I was letting the phone charge up just a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna read it to you. It's a mess. I didn't know they had all that going on. Child, we may as well start with them since we talking about stuff. Let's go and start with them. So apparently, Tasha K took it on herself. Matter of fact, let me let y'all hear what she said. Because I like to be very, unlike people like Tasha K, I like to be very accurate and careful with the words that's coming out of my mouth. Okay, I don't play them games where we sit up and because somebody else said it, I'm gonna repeat it like it's the truth. No, I like to let you hear what the person said and you draw your own conclusions. Now I can tell you what I think about it, but that's kind of where I have to stop with that. Because I just I don't have time. The little I have, I that belongs to my children. I can't allow myself to end up getting robbed or sued, repeating lies and pretending like it's the real. That's just not who I am. Anyway, that doesn't reflect my persona at all. So we can't do that. But I want y'all to hear what she had to say, and then I'm gonna read you what T.S. Madison had to say on the Twitter.
Wait, sure. This is Timothy Madison. Timothy says that he wants to be a housewife. Says that since they're recasting, he thinks he should be a housewife and have a husband. So you don't have a husband, so that means it will be a fake gay to play husband. But I'm trying to be nice. You got them pictures I sent you, Jeff. You think we can brand him, into a housewife? First of all, if you do become a housewife, let's just say Timothy Hinton becomes the first male housewife on the show. Who you gonna get to fuck you in this end? Do you see that? There's another side. Do you see that shit? You see the legs? Look at that shit. Now, who would be the husband that you hired to chop you in that ass? I know that shit black, rotten, got necrosis. But this here, I'm like, nobody, and you never see her with a man because they can't get back there. I'm telling you, she can't even wipe back there. Her arms too short. Can't even wash the back behind her fucking knees. Look. Just let the water roll down. Moving on.
So that is indeed what Miss KB had to say about T.S. Timothy Madison. Okay, that's what she had to say. I don't know what prompted this. I don't know. Hey, Miss Kaiser Sose, be careful driving. Stop that typing. I don't know what prompted Latasha KB to say the things that she had to say, whether she was just responding to hearing T.S. Madison talking about he wanted to be a housewife. I mean, I didn't think those things, but I absolutely felt like, listen, housewives is already bad enough. Let us not make it worse. Let's not compound our issues, okay? I didn't know what to say about that, but that's what she said. And I only found this. Hey, Dora, I only found this. You say the carnival finally caught you the day before your birthday. Jesus. Dora, did you turn in your birthday? Is it tomorrow? Or today? When is it, Dora? Please put it in the chat so I know what to do. Please, ma'am. But I didn't know what to say. I was just like, whoa. But I had to go find what Tasha K said because I saw what T.S. Madison responded to her and said. So I was like, well, what the hell is T.S. Madison responding to? Bianca is right, y'all. Please hit them engagement buttons. It's the little heart-shaped button on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Hit that thing. When you get the drop down or the pull up of emojis, send them bubbles up. Let them people know y'all in here, man. Don't be quiet. This ain't church. But I saw what T.S. Madison wrote first, so I had to find out what on earth is Timothy responding to. T.S. Madison said, and I quote, ahem. Okay, I'm not going to say the curse words because, let's be ladies. Okay, now apparently ain't nobody told Tasha K that with all that vulgar talking she doing, but hey, to each their own, to each their own. T.S. Madison responded via tweet and said, Tasha K, while you're blogging about me, you should be trying to gather your frequent flyer miles to get you a ticket to Africa to check on your Hey Arnold Head A kid. My Lord. Hey, Cassie G. Okay, so, it's tomorrow. Dora. So that's what he said. And then he says, BITC, you know what? I told you already, you was gonna be on the side of the road collecting rubles for them roly-poly IA kids B. With a laughing emoji and exclamation points. Now let me just say, I am in no way going to start a campaign against T.S. Madison, Timothy, whatever you want to address him as, and say he needs to be canceled because he said something about some churn or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I never feel that way. Let's be clear. I never feel that way. I don't feel like anybody should be canceled because they mentioned a child. But I do think that does speak volumes about your character. Now, I will say that because I feel like that's not profane. It's not hate oriented. It's not racially oriented. It's none of those things. But I think it does say a lot about character. And I want to have a little bit of a bigger conversation about it. Just slightly about this. Just a little bit. I'm going to need to get into it a little bit. Okay, Dora, I got you, boo. Are you working tonight? Because if not, I'm going to call you when I get off of here because I need to get your info so we can do the right thing by you. Yeah, that was out of line. That was definitely out of line. Hey, Mika. Good, where you been? Good to see you. So look, the first thing is, if you are angry with Tasha K for talking about your butt and you not being a housewife because you don't have no husband, and saying that you possibly have necrosis back there on your hind parts and that you're not able to reach your hind parts and all the great many colorful, vulgar, sort of things that she may have said. My only question is, why was that not directed at her? Why was it about the children? What on earth did the children say something about you, Timothy, that we're unaware of? What exactly is what's going on? I don't know. To me it was odd. It was off-putting and it was really, really odd. But okay, got it. Tasha K ain't no angel because she done said some stuff she shouldn't have said in the past too. But like I said, to me, that goes to character. That has everything to do with character and not cancellation, but definitely a character, it calls character into question. But now the bigger conversation that I want to have is all the people who played in our faces when it came to Erica Mena and Drew Sadami. They say they talking about her kid. When Erica Mena let the world know for the umpteenth time, yes, I'm a racist and I'm proud, because that's clearly what Erica Mena is letting y'all know. And when that happened, the first thing we heard, she was talking about her child. No, she wasn't. She was talking about her parenting. Mind you, the same Erica Mena that called Stevie J a deadbeat basically tried to call Scrappy a deadbeat, so she can call people deadbeats, but they can't call her one, or else it's talking about her child. I digress. I don't want to lose the point going off on a rant. Then when it came to Drew Sadami, because Courtney, which I felt like she shouldn't have been that involved in nobody's marriage, I repeating what Ralph said or otherwise, but her mentioning Drew Sidora's possible motive for wanting a child adopted, that is not talking about a child. This right here, this is talking about a child. This is saying a baby's head, calling a baby's head a Hey Arnold head, saying the children have roly-poly eyes. Like, that's talking about that is talking about children. That's talking about children. Talking about parenting or motives for wanting an adoption is not talking about children. And not that we needed T.S. Madison to give us this illustration so we can be clear on what talking about children is. Oh, let's be clear. But I also want to talk about what I saw in the comment section, because the comment section was very telling to me too. Hey, Delightful by Design. The comment section was so telling to me because after this man, because he is a man, let's be honest. After this man talked about these little black children, the response was not, oh, but he talking about the children. That's not what I saw in the comment section. What I saw in the comment section was, well, she mentioned his mama before. That's what she get. Sue her too. You need to sue her too. Get that hoe. That's what I saw in response to this. So I'm just asking for a friend. Me and my friend that can no longer go to Bella Noche's. We would just like to know, what is the difference in a man actually talking about children and women talking about parenting or possible motives for adoption? I'm just asking. I would just like to know. If somebody can answer that for me and my homegirl, that would be great. That would be great. Just wondering. I'm not gonna tarry. I'm not gonna tarry long there. But I want y'all to just, think it over. And if you come up with a real good reason for why something like that would be happening, please feel free to let me know in the chat. I'm just wondering. How do we justify actually talking about children to pretending that somebody's talking about children because they're talking to someone that's your favorite? I'm just wondering. DS says some people have selective outrage. I'm wondering though, because the way I'm seeing this thing, he's actually insulting small children who have nothing to do with you not liking their mama. Just wondering. By the by, not a Tasha K fan. Do I think it's cool to sit up and call her children names and say ugly things about her kids? Probably not. Probably not. That's not something that I think I would probably do. That's not something I would probably do. Yeah, my homegirl, my sis is on the phone. She says she's waiting for an explanation too. Just wondering. Just wondering. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. However, if you bring it, I know what to do with it. DS say if a man or a woman talks about my kids, they'll have some smoke. I mean, I was just, again, I'm only asking, what is the difference? Nina Ross say, let me know when you find out. Listen, soon as I know something, sis, you're going to be the first to know. Cool gamer, always cool, always in the building. What's going on? Good to see you. But yes, so that's that on that. But I didn't know, first of all, I didn't know that they were going back and forth like that. I didn't know that T.S. Madison and Tasha K had this type of animosity. Yeah, who to thunk it, right? Who to thunk it? But yeah, that's what they got going on. That's what's happening. Y'all heard what Tasha K had to say, and we just covered T.S. Madison's response via tweet. And all of the attacks were basically on the children. Like he didn't say anything about Tasha K. Like, okay, I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds. I'm wrong. I thought I was done. I ain't done. But I just want to point something out, right? It's not as though, and yeah, I'm gonna keep referencing the most recent examples in social media where people tried to make black women think tried to make us think we stupid. They sat there and explained that Erica Mena was only being racist because there was nothing, she didn't have a response. There was no material. And by Spice bringing up her parenting, she couldn't call Spice a bad parent, so she had nowhere to go but racism. That was the only place that she had to go. You know what I mean? Drew Sidora went straight to victimhood. And oh, you're addressing my child. No, she addressed your motives for wanting that man to adopt your child. Now that's what the hell she said. But we got this situation, and maybe Drew went to victim camp because she didn't have a response. I'll take that. Drew ain't the brightest girl. Even her lies don't make sense. Her lies be plaids and stripes, and they never actually match. So if we're gonna say that that's what it was, she didn't have a response, she didn't have a rebuttal. So victim. And Erica Mena, she had no choice but racism because she couldn't call Spice a bad parent. Okay, cool. So now let me ask you this. When Tasha K took it on herself to go straight to his appearance, to go straight to the shape of his backside, to saying that possibly there was an infection in the backside, talking about body shapes and the way T.S. Madison looks and presents and all that good stuff. What y'all call it these days? Body shaming. Ain't that what y'all call it? Because I don't call it that. I don't even believe in that. I think it's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Can't nobody shame you about you but you. You can't shame me about me. You don't know enough about me to shame me about me. You can talk about what you see or your opinion of it, but you can't make me shame because you said a goddamn thing. I haven't met anybody sporty enough to make me shame about me, but go with God. And there was so much material there. Like T.S. Madison had 100 different ways to go, 100 different routes to take, 100 different comebacks that could have been made. And instead of you, Timothy, taking all of the plethora of topics about Tasha K that you could have taken, your immediate response was to attack children and the shapes of their heads, the way their eyes look, whatever, however you see the children. And it's interesting to me when you try to attack the looks of a child when you look like Timothy Madison. I'm just, I'm not going there, but I'm going there. And if Tasha K is talking about the shape of your body and who's going to sleep with him, he easily could have talked about the shape of Tasha K's body. Easily. We all know Tasha K is hourglass challenged. We know she's curvy challenged. We know she's, triangularly, composed. She's given Valentine's Day hearts. She's given us Tasmanian devil realness. There's so many different avenues that Timothy could have taken. And instead of him to address when she's talking about the legs and the booty ratio, Tasha K is giving us flamingo, flamingo girl. Them legs is pole and hard looking, and the shape ain't shaping, and the back is a little wide. It's giving us little Robert Dixon vibes on the back. Like, it's so many things that could have been said. And I'm not talking about the sister. I'm just pointing out the fact that there's so many things that T.S. Madison could have said in rebuttal along the same lines of what LaTasha KB said about him. And I just want to point out that once he was offended, his response and in his mind, the best response was to attack children. Okay, I just want to point that out and want to bring it to your attention. Just want to bring that to your attention, okay? I'm just saying, when we're talking about looks and Tasha K, there's a lot of material there. There's a lot of material there. You could make 45,000 wedding dresses with the amount of material. that's just laid up there, ready to go. Southern Charm said there's enough he could have shot back directly at Tasha without involving her kids. Exactly. I mean, the jokes write themselves. The jokes write themselves. I mean, you could go on a marathon. Hell, Tiffany Haddish might not have got booed off that stage at the comedy show if they'd have just hung a picture of Tasha K in front of her. The jokes write themselves. I swear they do. DS say he had a whole tarnished K to talk about. Sure did. There were so many things that T.S. Madison could have said, and instead of talking about the woman who was talking about him, he talked about babies. I just find it very interesting, and I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me what the difference is. I would love to know. Okay, just asking for me and my homegirl. Would love to know. Queen of Hearts KS say TS talked about her kids because Tasha first spoke on his her mama. So why did we? So again, why didn't he talk about Tasha K's mama? Why didn't he talk about the mama? I'm still trying to understand. Why are we not talking about what we're talking about? Why are we? This is actually talking about children. That's all I'm saying. You're not going to give me one reason why that makes sense unless Tasha K went talking about his children. I don't know if Timothy has children, but I just found it strange. Tasha K went to buy this. Yes, Philly joint, triangular challenge. Tasha K got a lot going on with that shape of hers now. I'm not going there, but I'm just saying it's a lot happening. It's a lot going on there. Hey, my Brandon, say grown folks should keep it amongst themselves and leave kids alone. T.S. Madison is dead wrong for attacking children. Disgraceful. It is. It totally is. It totally is. Southern Charm said his mama is an adult. Sure is. Mama grown. Mama is grown. And Tasha K's mama is grown. So go talk about her mama. Y'all two grown people. I just didn't understand or like it. And I even saw people in the comments on Twitter posting pictures of Tasha's children and saying ugly things. And I just wonder, is it okay because it's a man talking to a black woman? Like, what made that okay? I'm just wondering. I'm gonna leave it alone, but I just wanted to give y'all that food for thought. Also, y'all add Lil Scrappy to your prayer list. He's back on the internet. He's back on the interwebs. Apparently, maybe his tampon string got caught in his zipper, and so he's a bit perturbed and instead of just simply telling men to go and get therapy and talk to somebody about their issues and voice what's going on with them, he immediately made it about women. Everything was women's fault, and women don't want to hear what's going on with y'all on social media. It's not okay for us to talk about what we going through online, so y'all go get therapy. As if when women complain online that they're not told that they're bitter and all these other things. The bottom line is the general public doesn't care to hear about your personal issues and trauma. The bottom line is everyone should go and get therapy or have someone that they can talk to who is unbiased and trained if possible so that you can actually get help and do better. So, Scrappy's online and simply saying that it's women's fault and that men should get therapy. And I thought it was hilarious and very funny and just downright cute. So y'all pray for little Scrappy. He's in his feelings. Hey, chubby girl cuteness. Lord, DS say Scrappy is what's wrong with women. DS, you got me on the corner. You got it organized for me. Hey, Lala, thank you for the super sticker. This is my first support of the week. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So look. That happened. Also, y'all, let's have a little chat about y'all friend over there on Real Housewives of Orange County, because I don't watch that show, but a lot of y'all do. Please hit the like button. I just realized that. Bianca, please check the likes for me. If you got a minute, I know she be working and modding at the same time, but please check the likes, and so we can try to encourage our family to hit the like button and help us out, because it's important. Please, y'all, like this video. But y'all friend over there on the Real Housewives of Orange County Honey, she's in trouble. She is in trouble. Her name is Shannon Beater. Y'all know I do not watch them shows, so I don't know this lady like that. But she has been arrested for a DUI and a hit and run, y'all. A hit and dog on run. Thank you, Philly Joint. Y'all, come on, don't do me like that. Please hit the like button. I appreciate Philly Joint with the like count and backing Bianca up because she be working and still trying to help me out. Um, yeah. Now she's saying she's ashamed and embarrassed after her arrest. But my thing is, why did you have to be ashamed and embarrassed? You were drunk, you hit somebody. Why didn't you stop? Why didn't you stop? This was over there in Newport Beach that I think they're saying. Um her lawyer's claiming she's apologetic and remorseful. Um Child, Southern California, drinking and driving. They say she hit somebody. They say she hit somebody. She drove her car into a residential property, hit the house. No, it wasn't the person. Say she hit the house. Then they say she got back on the road and kept going before parking in the middle of the street and then getting out pretending like she was walking her dog to try to get away with it. And them people got her tail. So she gone to jail. She gone to jail. I hope they done got her out. You know, jail is not a nice place for anybody. But yeah, drinking, driving, DUIs, hit and runs. So yeah, that's that on that. That's just that on that. Nothing against her, but jail is where you at, baby. I don't know nothing about you. But she's in jail. She hit a house. That's what they said. They say she pulled in a residential property. They say she hit a house, pulled back onto the road, and then went down a ways and parked the car and got out and pretended like she was walking a dog. Auntie even say she ashamed because she talked about one of her classmates who had a DUI, wouldn't let it rest. No, she didn't, y'all. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. You mean to tell me, is you sitting here telling me that she was talking crap about somebody with a DUI and was running it in the ground? Now she done got a DUI? Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I'm glad she's out. Shout out to her. Like I said, jail ain't a nice place. That's why they call it jail and not a quilting bee. Queen say that's where she should be. Yeah, I'm sure the house feels that way. I'm sure. Oh, castmate, not a classmate. Okay, because y'all know I don't know the heifer, but hey, sure, I'm glad you made it, girl. Well, there it is. There it is. Shannon is a whole train wreck. Well, somehow I believe you. I don't know why, but somehow I believe exactly what you're saying. Bianca, yeah, they say she jumped out and pretended like she was walking her dog. That's what she did. Pretended like she was walking the dog to try to get away with hitting them people's house, tearing them people's house up. She in therapy now. Therapy? What is the house in therapy? Can somebody go check on the house? Because how you tear up somebody else's stuff now you in therapy? Who does that? You tear up somebody else's stuff now you in therapy. What about them people? You know, they might mess around and now the cost of their house insurance gonna go up because you didn't hit their house, but you go on to therapy. I'll be. But that's what's going on, and so there we have it. Now, let's talk about what's going on with Drake and Halle Berry's. Now, I don't know why this boy, and I'm calling him a boy because I don't think he's ever going to grow up. I'm not sure if he's grown. I mean, I don't know what he is, but he's a mess. He is a mess. And dear, that's the problem. That's the problem. So apparently he used Halle Berry's picture. He got it from Getty Images, a picture with her covered in slime from the Nickelodeon Awards or whatever one year. And he used it as the cover for his song with SZA. And Halle didn't appreciate that. And what's worse is that she said that he asked her, sent his people to ask her permission. And she told him no. She told him no, and he did it anyway. And so it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder what's wrong with Drake. Does he not understand like how disrespectful that is? Is he just a disrespectful person by nature? What was the point of even asking her if you was gonna just disregard her wishes in the first place? Why would you do that? Like, I don't understand. What can somebody, again, just like the first question, I'm just asking for me and my homegirl. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? And why are y'all still listening to his music? Those of you who are. And so fans was, wondering and stuff as to why. It all started, I guess, because somebody asked her. Well, I won't say it all started. It clearly all started with him asking permission and her saying no. That's clearly where it started. But she made a post and said sometimes you got to be the bigger guy, even if you're a woman, which that's sad. But in America, especially dealing with anybody that's even partially black, that's usually the truth. We as women usually have to be the bigger guy because look who we dealing with. Okay. Who this? Hey, Leslie. How you doing, girl? So, yeah. So after that, then somebody asked, what are your thoughts of Drake using that picture of you for his single? She said, didn't get my permission. That's cool. I thought better of him. And then further went on to expound. Hey, Helene. What's up, sis? Good evening. Good evening. Went on to further expound and say, hence my post today. When people you admire disappoint you, you have to be the bigger person and move on. And that's that. Apparently, some of the fans wanted to know, or they were just saying, making comments. And so Halle kept talking, y'all. She still had more to say. So somebody says Drake ain't ish compared to the Miss Halle Berry. Okay, he don't compete where he don't even compare. Simply out of respect, he should have just asked her. And Halle says he did have his people call my people. And I said, no, I didn't like the image of slime all over my face in association with his song. And he chose to do it anyway. You see, that is the disrespect. Not cool. Someone said, take him to court. And Halle said, I'm not interested in suing my people. I just wish these men out here would give women the respect we deserve. You know what? That's one thing you got to give her. She's the class act for the most part. She ain't perfect, but she's the class act. Hey, come again. Girl, you call CPS on somebody? Now come again. Oh Lord. Was it a good reason? That's all I'm going to say. Was it a good reason to call the people? Was it a good reason? I'm going to trust your judgment on that. Then this person, I guess, it's always got to be one sister to come crawling out of the cracks and crevices to defend toxic male behavior, saying, while I do understand your side, that photo is owned by Getty Images, so I'm sure he got their permission and paid the fee. Why you mad? Halle said, because he asked me, and I said no. That's why. Why ask if you intended to do what you wanted to do? That was the F you to me. Not cool. You get it? I said, okay, Halle, let him know. So Halle was disappointed. She said she ain't in the habit of suing her folks, and that ain't nothing she trying to do. She just said she was disappointed because she thought better of him. Now, my only question with that is why the hell she thought better of him. That's all. Because every time his name is involved, it's usually with something very unsavory, cheap, and tawdry. So I'm not exactly sure why she thought better of him, but she said that she did. She said she thought better of him, and, she thought that it was going to be a little bit different, I guess, and it wasn't. He showed her exactly what he thought of her. So, our thoughts and prayers with Halle, because I don't have nothing against that lady. Nothing at all. Drake, on the other hand, y'all heard my baby tell y'all I've been disliking him solid ever since he ever came out. I've never been a fan. I don't like nothing about him. So let's move on. Let's mosey on along to y'all's friend, Tyler Perry. Well, actually, let's not go there yet. Well, yeah. Let's go there. Well, no. Let's talk about this young man who lost his life in Nigeria. Okay, let's talk about that first. Because this right here, he's an artist. His name is MohBad. They call him Imole. Um, but he got some good music. Y'all know the whole world is jumping on the whole Afro beats wave. They liking the music, they liking the vibe, they liking the swag, they liking the dance, the little dances and stuff. If my knees was better, I'd like the dances. I got bad knees, so it's only so much that I'm is finna do about some dancing and stuff. I'm just not gonna do it. The way my knees is set up, it's just not gonna happen. Mm-mm. No. So anyway, this young man, and he was young. He was young too. Young kid, a baby, basically. Um, this young man lost his life. Okay. Now, 27 years old. That's to me, that's a baby. That's a whole baby. But right now, I feel like we have to talk about it because one, they buried him so fast. Um, I'm not talking about his wife and kids. I'm talking about the case sheriff. Um, they buried him so fast. Now I don't know whether his family was Muslim or whether it was a religious reason why they had to do it. Angela, you with me on them knees? Yeah, the music be good, but I have to bob my head to it. I'm not finna do all that hopping around. I be done hit the floor, and it'll hit me back. But I like I was saying, they buried him so fast. I don't know whether it was due to religious reasons or whatever, but the police are saying now that they're going to exhume the body and I guess do a proper autopsy on this young man. The fans is protesting. They had, I think, a walk for peace or whatever. So the people was out in the street marching. Black people love to march about something. So they was out there marching and stuff. They got celebrities, speaking up. Tonto DK has been very, very, very vocal on it. She's a Nollywood actress, very well known, real popular, whatever. I mean, Cheryl, I just said I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Hey, Fresh Strawberries. And the issue is not his religion. We're not talking about the boy religion. I'm just saying I don't know if that was a possible reason for him being buried quick. I'm just putting the story out and then I'm moving along. So I'm not getting into his wife insurance, whether he like that. That's not what we're talking about. So anyway, right now, Lagos State Police, they done got a special investigations team say that they're gonna probe the sudden death of this young man who's I hope I'm not butchering his name, Ileriolua Aloba. Okay, they call him MohBad, but that's what his mama named him. Okay, that's what the Lagos commissioner said, Mr. Owuhunwa. Okay, so that's what he said today at the press conference, that they got a special investigation team and they're going to look into it. Right now, the prime suspect is the owner of Marley and Records, Naira Marley. Okay, now his name is Aziz Fashola. Okay, and the boy passed last Tuesday or whatever, but everybody on social media is lit up over there. Them people is pissed off and everybody talking. Ain't nobody being quiet hardly about this mess. Naira Marley is a person of interest according to the public. We don't know about the police because they claiming they have several persons of interest. But something is going on. Something is definitely going on. Hey, Tay. What's this? I like soca over Afro beats. I don't think Africa's prepared for the spotlight. Music is making pop. I think they're just as prepared as black people anywhere. I don't think that black people in any specific area are less prepared than others for a spotlight. But absolutely, everybody has been using Afro beats, and even when it comes to soca, there's still African influence. So I think it's perfectly okay for them to have a spotlight. The world has been eating off of Africa. I think it's okay for Africa to eat off of Africa. I support that. But that's not the issue. The issue right now is this young man is gone, and it's some fishy, funny things going on. And I'm going to cover some of the fishy, funny things that's happening. Hey, Trina Taylor. Hey, Tiffany. So They say the boy passed on Tuesday. They buried him on Wednesday. Okay. And his mama is saying that her child ain't died from no natural causes. That's what the mama saying. The mama say ain't no way in hell. Let me read y'all the statement from his mama, because you know we respect mamas over here on this porch. You know when it's not Carlisa. Mama had something to say. Let me tell y'all what his mama said, because this is terrible. His mama said, "Right, Queena, it sounds like a cover up. It sounds like a cover up to me. Something ain't right here." His mother said that her child ain't died from no natural causes. She said that was not no natural death, that her baby died. That's not what she said. That ain't what that is. This is according to the Daily Trust. If y'all want to read it yourselves, they wrote, and this is an article based on what the mama had to say. While expressing deep grief in a viral video, the woman said MohBad lived in fear ever since he met the owner of Marley and Records label, Aziz Fashola, widely known as Naira Marley. MohBad's mother started by debunking speculations that her son death was due to natural causes, because she said it was not. She said, "I'm aware my son has been living in fear and having sleepless nights ever since he met Naira Marley. He didn't die a natural death." She said he was killed. Whoever did that to my son, now this one is heavy because she started pronouncing curses, y'all. These her words, not mine. She said, "Whoever killed my son, that person will have trouble. That person's home will be trouble. They will face war and curses. The glory of the child in their home will diminish because of those who killed him and their sons." Oh, not just on the person who did it, but them and their children is what mama said. Okay. She said, "I am not dead, I'm alive. My son didn't find rest, and I couldn't speak up whenever he was falsely accused because I wasn't given the chance. I asked my son what happened, and he gave me money to go to the hospital. I called him from the hospital, and he told me, 'Mama, something is happening.' I called him to come home and tell me what happened. I don't know what that means. He said he came home because he heard something had happened. He said he was taken and given water, and then he didn't know what happened to him anymore. Since then, I've been on the matter. Since then, I've been on it. He died in fear. The fear was too much. If he was supposed to go to some shows, he couldn't go because of the fear that some people was coming. He was beaten every day, and I was receiving calls from people I didn't know. I didn't rest until he was killed. Okay? So something is fishy about it. Now, according to what he has said and what he's posted, now Tonto has been real vocal on social media. You know, celebrities over there be on. I think they be on different time when it comes to stuff. They don't really mind going all out when they believe in some stuff. They get real vocal, and Tonto is no exception. Miss Tonto DK, she has been real vocal. I mean, real vocal. So she posted some stuff, some posts that little Ilario Lua posted back on October 6th of last year, complaining about these people. Okay, these was tweets actually. So October 6th, he tweeted, "However, recent events and certain truths have come to light which threaten my peace, health, and career. Because of these issues, I informed Naira Marley on the Marley and WhatsApp group chat of my intention to change my manager." He said this didn't go down well with my current manager, Tunde, which is his brother. They were instant angry outbursts and protests from him in the chat. I went to Naira Marley's house with my producer and my friend on the 4th of October of 2022 to have this conversation and reach a peaceful resolution. We were in the studio, and some of the guys who work with Naira, Sid, Shuddy, and Sayi, and others were present, as well as Naira and Tunde. I noticed Tunde was quite agitated as we started the discussion. In the middle of the conversation, Tunde became violent. Wow. And attacked me. The guys I was with were also attacked, humiliated, and stripped naked by Sid, Shuddy, and Sayed, and some of the other boys. We were barely able to escape. 3 of us had to be checked into the hospital to get medical care for the injuries sustained during the assault. Lord have mercy, y'all. This crazy. Naira Marley was fully present throughout this event and, in fact, coordinated some of the attack as he instructed the boys to beat us up. Some of this was captured on video. It is therefore disrespectful for Naira Marley to insinuate that I started the attack because, oh Lord, because I was intoxicated, as he is fully aware of the facts and circumstances surrounding this violent attack. It is not the first time Naira has lied to push his own narrative, but it will hopefully be the last. Now, these are the words of the young man who's gone. He said, I trust that soon justice will be served. Thank you for your support. Okay. So that in and of itself is concerning. That's concerning. The fact that this young man is saying that that's what happened, and he spoke out. He had something to say. He didn't let them do that to him, and he stayed quiet. There's audio of him from when he went to the hospital. I want to play it, but it's not in English. He's speaking Yoruba, but it's a lot to watch. This young man is clearly shaken up. He's in tears, and well, I don't know. I don't want to just say that people don't speak a language because that's ignorant. Let it play. So y'all can hear him crying. He's worked up. This is why he's at the hospital. After an incident with these people, there was an attack that took place. Now, this is what he's saying, y'all. This is me paraphrasing. Okay. Basically, he's saying that he was at the NDLEA office. Not the office. They came to his place. They grabbed him. Another artist by the name of Zeno. He the one apparently had snitched on him. Got the people over there. They said that he was made to drink from a bottle of water. It was laced with an unknown white substance. He didn't know what was in it. They forced him to drink it. And ever since then, when I read to y'all what his mama said, that let you know he told his mama about them making him drink that substance. So we don't know what killed this boy, but something went on. Something is definitely fishy. And, unlike black folks over here, them people ain't being quiet about it. They got a lot to say. And I can't say I blame them. If you feel like something is wrong, you're supposed to speak up. Shout out to his mama. I feel bad for y'all. Please hit the like button, but I had to go ahead and report on that. Y'all know for the most part, I don't really report on the gossip out of Niger because I know y'all don't know a lot of the celebrities, but I just felt like it was worth mentioning because Naira Marley has worked with a few American artists, a few. And y'all may well have heard some of MohBad's music, especially since, like I said, all of a sudden, Afrobeats music has become very popular. And I think a lot of that has to do with the staleness of the music that we have and people looking for a new sound. So you may have heard this young man's music and just not known it was him. Not to mention a lot of the music I'm hearing that people thought was Naira Marley's music was actually this young man. And he was kind of like, making himself look good with this young man's talent. Okay. So again, prayers for his mama and his family and everything. And but I just wanted to point out that this is something that's really happening. It's really unpleasant. And even though it's happening all the way across the ocean, I think we need to kind of keep an eye on that and see what's going on. And hopefully they find out the truth since they're finally saying they're going to exhume that boy's body. Because that's fishy to me. If you ain't, if it's not a religious reason, why on earth are you burying somebody the next day after they die? Who does that? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Now we gonna move right along. We gonna move right on along to y'all's friend Tyler Perry, and I do mean y'all friend because he sure ain't mine. I ain't never liked him like that, and I'm I'm not even surprised. Let me just say that I'm not surprised at anything that comes out of Tyler Perry's mouth because that man is not a friend to any black women. And I feel like people should have seen that from a long time ago. I don't know why it took this for people to start to see. And some of them are still trying to defend him in the comments. But I will say this, the comment section, baby, the comment section gave me hope for a brighter day because I saw a whole lot of sisters that were being very clear and very vocal via their fingertips on the hell no, we ain't going. And I wanted to talk about it when it happened, but I had some other things going on, so that's fine. We're going to talk about it now. We're going to talk about it now. So I'm just getting the audio because I don't feel like sharing no screen today. I don't, but we sure finna talk about him. Hold on. And I'm mad because I just had it. Just had it. Y'all give me a second. I know it's from like 4 days ago. Here it is. Let's listen to this
black
clown.
Women, and I might get in trouble for saying this. Listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men. Right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you can handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in because that means, no, I need somebody to, who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, don't keep your list, baby. Yeah. God bless you. Hope it happens. Don't keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing. Listen.
So y'all heard that clown, and I do mean clown. Okay, if you sensitive, duck and cover. First of all, what the hell is he talking about? Ain't no women. He's saying women, but he's talking to black women. You want to know how I know he's talking to black women? Because you ain't never heard nobody say that white women are making more money than their men, than their counterparts. You're talking about black women, and you're talking to black women. I have a problem with everything that fell out of his dirty, dusty lips. Everything. The idea that he talking about if he a good man and he doing what he can, and if he could just pay the light bill, why the hell is he trying to date or get married? What sort of a man gets married when he can only pay a light bill? That means that this Negro was either living with his mama or under a bridge. Why the hell would a black woman be being told by a man who is extremely capable that she's not worthy of that? You successful black woman, we're going to demonize you for actually paying attention in school and working on jobs and being elevated on your jobs and getting raises and getting bonuses And we're going to demonize the fact that y'all are starting businesses at a rate higher than a lot of other folks. And we're going to demonize the fact that you're buying your homes and you're not sitting up here paying rent and trying to have a roommate living with your mama and couch surfing out of your mama them basement. And you, black woman, you should accept that he ain't got nothing but light bill money and he can pay for a Wendy's 4 for 4 because he good, he doing what he can. That is one of the most disgusting things that I've heard from that man in a long while. I already knew that he had a whole lot of animus and hate for black women, the way he portrays them in his tacky television shows and movies. I already knew that. But the idea that he would sit up there, y'all, I keep pausing because there's things I want to say that I ought not to say because I'm a lady. You know, there's some things that I ought not to say. There are. So I won't. However, the nerve of him to say if he a good man, how is he a good man when he ain't even a man? He ain't even a man at all. And you telling her that, y'all, good luck with your list, keep your list. No, you mean good luck with our respect. And you wonder why so many of our younger girls, so many of our young sisters are saying they'd rather be single. So many of our young sisters are saying they'd rather be the rich auntie. So many of our young sisters are saying, yeah, I may not like the way Brad and them look, but I'd rather go get Brad and them. Because ain't nobody got time for this. Ain't nobody signing up to be your mama and your financier. You got a whole lot of nerve. You got a whole lot of nerve. See, y'all, this right here, I try not to go off on tangents, but this is another one of those attacks on black womanhood. Everything in this system that was intended to break us, we're being demonized, vilified, and targeted simply because we weren't breakable. So let's attack black women by telling them that somehow you're amoral and you're a bad person because you're not willing to settle for less. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Michael. You ain't willing to settle for less, so you're a bad person. And he's up here with the little soft voice. Is that how you talk to your lover, Tyler? With your woman hating self. Y'all still ain't gonna convince me he's straight. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. I want to hear what y'all got to say because he pissed me off. Queen say, oh, so we should settle for less. And what he's saying is saying, get out of here with that. That's exactly what he's saying, that we should settle for less. He's telling our young ladies who are still waiting for proper and correct husbands to approach them, to seek after them, because a woman ain't got no business chasing a man no way. Yeah, just go and keep your list. You ain't gonna have nobody. They will have somebody. They just won't be nobody that look like you. Jazzy J say only bums and teenagers are excited to pay only the light bill. Right. Paying the light bill. The light bill, Tyler. All the money you done made off these same successful black women that you over here virtue signaling against. Now you want us to believe these same black women who put all this money in your pocket, they're only worthy of men who can pay a light bill. They don't have a right to have standards. They don't have a right to say, I have achieved, so I'll wait for a man who's prepared himself the way I prepared myself. Trina Taylor say you can tell the way Tyler Perry thinks by the movies he makes. And anybody that wears the wigs he wears, you have to give him the side eye. Mm-hmm. The way he had them sisters looking in them shows too. It's so disgusting. And what I wonder, and let me say this before I tell you what I'm really wondering, because I'm wondering. But I'm going to say this first. Men like Tyler Perry disturb me way more than a T.S. Madison. Way more. Way more. Because he prances around under this mantle of respectability, all the while poverty pimping. He's another Iyanla. He's another Iyanla. I can't respect that garbage at all. Hey, Diva2 904. Say my 18-year-old can pay the light bill. Hello. Hello. Yeah. He's definitely giving me 2 snaps in a circle. He giving me 2 snaps up. And he is someone who clearly hates women. Tyler Perry hates women. Nothing about his behavior says he cares for women. He may imitate women. He may exploit women. But he does not care for black women. That man hates black women. And let me tell y'all something else to let me know that respectability politics have a lot of our people in a chokehold. Let me tell you why I know it's got a lot of our people in a chokehold. Because the same people who will have a hissy fit about a Suki Hana and a Sexy Red will promptly go and turn on their DVRs and spend money to go watch Tyler Perry shows and plays and all this foolishness. Do y'all not realize that degrades black women? And it degrades black women on such a scale that it is subtle and far more dangerous. See, a Suki and a Sexy Red, that's just ghetto ratchetness. That is out in the open. It is clearly defined. There's a clear line of demarcation based on class, socioeconomics, based on environment that would pretty much determine who's going to listen to and take in a Sexy Red or a Suki Hana. But when you have a black person seemingly respectable, flying under the radar of respectability, who pushes these sorts of agendas, who makes shows and movies and dramas, everything is always showing a single mother struggling and doing bad, and all these tropes that are so dangerous to our community, that are really dangerous to our community. Because see, let's be honest. A young black woman who is in college, which mind you, most of our black girls are showing out. Oh, our girls are showing out. I gave birth to 2 of them. I can tell you from personal experience that our girls are exemplary. Our girls that we put so much energy and attention into, they're not looking at a Sexy Red or a Suki Hana while they're on their way to med school and law school and classes for engineering and STEM and saying, gee, I wonder if I should put on a lime green wig and twerk in the middle of my lectures. That's not happening. Our girls that are taking their political science classes and our young ladies who are starting businesses, they're not thinking, oh, well, you know what? Let me go to this Black Business Expo and just start twerking in the middle. They're not doing that. They're not doing none of that. The girls who are interested in emulating and copying and taking part in the Sexy Red and Suki Hana antics are young ladies who are already a part of that lifestyle. So there's a clear line of demarcation. But this person who presents as intelligent, flying under respectability, sitting up talking proper, and y'all know what I'm talking about, so don't get in here acting crazy. What you mean talking proper? You know what? You know exactly what the hell I mean. And making references like he made in this interview, and showing films that keep projecting this same image over and over, that black women are supposed to struggle. Black women are supposed to struggle. Black women are supposed to struggle. That is far more dangerous, because that is a message that they would take in. That is a message that they would accept, because it's being packaged in respectability. Like there's something noble in marrying some bum that is beneath you. And talking about that person ain't beneath you, you a lying 7 sacks of crap. And your mammy was a lie too. See, I talked about his mom. There you go. Run tell that. because your mammy wasn't nothing before you. If she trained you and you out here telling women that somebody who's beneath them is not beneath them, like how dare you say that a black woman has no right to standards? Because that's really what this man is telling y'all. He's telling you that you do not have a right to have standards. You don't have a right to have standards. Not you, black woman. You don't. Jen Bunny say, working on finishing my PhD, hopefully defend in October. Ooh, Jen Bunny, we so proud of you, gorgeous. You better do your thing. But see, it's a man out there like Tyler Perry, and what Tyler Perry is telling you is that you, with your PhD, if he can only pay the light bill, that you should take him and you should be grateful. Either that or you just keep your list and you're going to be single because you're not worthy of someone who put in the same amount of work as you. You're not worthy of someone who was as dedicated as you. You're not worthy of somebody who stayed up night studying and praying like you. You're not worthy of that. No. You're only worthy of somebody who did not prepare themselves in life. You're only worthy of someone who is lackluster, someone who lacks drive, ambition, someone who lacks vision. That is who you're worthy of. That's what he's telling you, beautiful black woman. That's what he's saying to you. Now I say he a goddamn lie. And his mammy one too. His whole family, all of them, they trashed together. They all crawled out of the same dumpster. If you can sit there and say that our young black women who are working so hard and they are truly a credit to all of us, they are making all of us proud. Because we know we can't look to the boys like that. Now let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. It's our girls that are truly our little diamonds. And this is what you're saying. Bedside BK, you right. Any man, any black looking man who opens his gutter, that latrine he calls a mouth, to tell young black women that they do not have a right to their standards, that somehow them working hard, preparing themselves, doing well, being successful, earning, sacrificing, black women do not achieve by not sacrificing. So you can go through all of that as a black woman and you don't have a right to your standards. That's somebody telling you, while he's telling you that bum is not beneath you, what he's telling you is that you're low. You're so low that no one is beneath you. No matter how well you prepare yourself, no matter how hard you work, nobody's beneath you. He telling you Willie the Wino is your equal. Willie the Wino is your equal. No matter how hard you worked, no matter how much you sacrificed, no matter how much you went through, no matter how much adversity you overcame. I got homegirls that's from the projects. Shout out to Parkside Projects, Jones Projects, Marion Manor, Ocala, Stand Up, Spring Manor, North Rose. Them girls that really came from the bottom and still managed to go and get an education and make something out of their lives. And you got somebody the likes of a Tyler Perry telling those sisters who went against the grain, against all odds, and made something out of themselves, that a bum who did not prepare himself for life is not beneath them, that they should stoop so low. Come Again said, I'm so tired of people tweaking with their tongues out. Who's tweaking? Is somebody having an OD? Somebody ODing on a drug? What are we talking about tweaking with tongue? Who is tweaking? Jesus. Maybe that's a conversation for the chat. Let me mind my business. T to the fourth power. Hey, girl. So I feel like it's an attack on black women. It is. Why should we lower our standards? You can tell that Crystal Renee really didn't agree, but that is her boss. So she kept saying, yeah, I probably wouldn't have had my job no more. My mouth ain't like that. My mouth ain't like that. I'm glad you did come again, because ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. I'm not going to spend my money to go to your movies so you can offend me. Like, I don't pay money to be offended. If I pay for a movie or video subscription or something, I'm not paying that so you can offend me. I would never watch anything that he makes. Never. Yeah, Jazzy J, it is crazy. It's extremely crazy. Hey, AAE. That's right. Congrats to our own Jen Bunny. Girl, we proud of you. We proud of you, girl. We love it. Yep. Say, I do not want to hear a darn thing about Suki or Sexy Red until you prove you've written a research paper and can, with a clear thesis. Yeah, but my whole point, my point wasn't about a Sexy Red or a Suki. My point is the same people who cry. Oh, they bringing black women. It's degrading to all black women. This man done put out all these shows that are extremely degrading to black women. Extremely. All these movies that are extremely degrading to black women. And I ain't heard nobody crying yet. People like him are far more dangerous than folks that are openly, what they are. Somebody pretending to be respectable and trying to slide you some bull crap on the cool, that to me is far more dangerous. That's to me, that's a poison pill wrapped in chocolate. Don't nobody need that. T to the fourth power said, I would think if you're a good man, you would want to be able to provide for your woman in every possible way. Absolutely. A good man would never go and get married and try to create a family that he can't feed. But you know what he's saying. As long as he's not beating on you or cheating on you too much, you should accept that because, see, you're a black girl and you don't rate much more than that. You shouldn't ask for more than that. That's right, Bianca. Tell them, y'all, please hit your use your little emojis on the engagement button, bottom right hand side of the screen now. Says AAE says, so I'm supposed to pay a $2,500 mortgage and you pay a $200 light bill that you probably continually pay late. Girl, I would never know because I never find out. I don't ever want to know nothing about that. That's horrible. That is horrible. Right. If I'm a struggle out, it's better to be by yourself. What the hell you got somebody there running up your light bill and eating up your groceries for? If you paying for everything, he don't need to be there. Why he there? Right. If a black woman can pay a mortgage, her light bill is basically what she spends at Sephora. You better tell it because that, cosmetic prices is going up and ain't nobody mentioning that. You right. Why would she accept less? Regression to the mean is real. Yep, it is. Yes, and that's the other part of this conversation, right, y'all? It's dangerous. This man looking to get us abused financially and physically because a lot of time broke men are very violent. These are some frustrated characters. They know that they see other men in the world all over the globe being able to provide and have financial freedom and security and not have to demean themselves and not have to be less than in order to take care of their families or being able to take care of their families at all or having the pride to be able to say, well, hey, I give my wife what she wants. My wife is comfortable. These men that are broke are very frustrated. They feel they already feel less than. They already feel less than those other men. When they see you doing well, they feel less than you. And now they're frustrated because they can't do the simple functions of manhood like providing. So what happens when you have somebody who is physically stronger than you, who is frustrated and already has a low moral fiber, low moral character because he's willing to live with you and not provide? When that man snaps, he's going to hurt you. He's going to hurt you. Y'all better be listen, young women, my middle-aged sisters, whoever, if you are unmarried, hear this from my heart. Having a man is not a badge of honor. You don't have to have one. It's just like an appendix. You can have it or not. It ain't going to change your life one way or the doggone other. Unless he is somebody that changes your life. If that man don't change your life for the better, leave him where he's at. You are better off on your own with King Jesus than to bring King Dusty into your house. Definitely an agenda against black women. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be alone. It is okay to pray and have your friends and take trips and go shopping until a man approaches you. Because I don't want to hear nothing about sisters approaching and chasing men, because that's a hot mess. But until a man who is worthy of you approaches you and you can accept him, please understand this. Work on your relationship with the Lord while you wait on a relationship with somebody who's worthy of you. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Do not waste your mental health. It is not worth it. And don't you let nobody tell you different. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. And this man is disgusting. Oh, go on, keep your list then. She should keep her list. That list are her standards. That list are the things that are deal breakers for her. And that's for every woman. That's right. Congratulations. Congratulations to our own Jen Bunny. That's one of our babies. Yes, Jazzy J, he's a snake in the grass, because he's trying to say, well, you know, you gonna be alone unless you accept some garbage, when the truth of the matter is being alone is a blessing sometimes. Being alone is a blessing sometimes. You can, ladies, have y'all noticed that we look better when we by ourselves? We make more money when we by ourselves. Have y'all not noticed that? You pray better sometimes when you're by yourself. He is disgusting and he ought to be ashamed of himself. And listen, he is not on the list with everybody that I don't support. We're going to add him right over there with Married to Madison. We're going to add him right on over there with any and everybody who has proven themselves to openly be an enemy to Black women. Gaby says what he said is vile. You would think someone who was raised by a single mother would uplift Black women. No, not really, because Black men in this country have shown us time without number that they are traitors if they are nothing else. They can have strong, beautiful, capable women as mothers, right-thinking, strong mothers, and they'll still turn around and be traitorous, treasonous. He's shown that he's one of them, and he keeps showing y'all over and over. Y'all shouldn't give this Negro another quarter. He got enough of your money. Don't give him no more. Bedside BK said the reason I believe Tyler said the light bill versus groceries is because the light bill establishes residency. Probably. He's probably trying to give clues and cues to these couch surfers, to these hobosexuals that's out here trying to take advantage of sisters who want companionship. They want to have their other half, and I think that's fine too. All I'm saying is don't let nobody take advantage of your desire to be coupled and abuse you financially, abuse you mentally, emotionally, or physically. Do not accept it from anybody, and tell them I said it. This is disgusting. Bedside BK say Black women, if you struggling, stay alone. You'll build and improve on your own. Most of the struggling is you just growing financially. It gets better when you stay alone. That's right. And don't be desperate to have no man. If a man approaches you, make him prove that he is worthy to add to your life. And a Negro popping up paying a light bill ain't adding a goddamn thing. Y'all can quit getting your nails done one time out the money, and that's usually almost your light bill money right there. Trina says, so basically he want me to eat ice cream to eat, not ice cream. He want me to eat cream of wheat while he eating shrimp and grits with Gouda cheese, chop. Right. He don't want you to keep excelling. You allow somebody to tie an anchor around your neck and drag you down. This is disgusting. AAE say, Black women, this is not 10 years ago. Black women, you are more than skilled for these roles that pay $35 an hour. Black women, you absolutely can make this amount of more. Child, we know, and we ain't been settling. That's the whole point. Black women still been climbing. Even old heifers like me, we still making moves and shaking and hustling. We still doing our thing. Black sisters ain't never settled. And you know what else? That is the issue, AAE. We don't settle. We keep cooking. And because we keep cooking, you have people like Tyler Perry that come in and try to vilify us. Hey, Jen Jones. You sure did, baby. You made it. Jazzy say exactly. A man does not want to be kept. Think of Mary J, Jill Scott, and other women who married down. Child Star Jones. What's the name? Toni Morrison. Every time it happens, we see the outcome. We see the outcome. What I want to see is if y'all still support him after he keep telling you and throwing it in your face that he don't like you. He likes picking at you. He likes exploiting you. He likes taking advantage of you, but he don't like you. Now that's just it, and that's all. DS say being alone keeps the garbage out, and it does. And it does. Lord, Jen Jones say, what I want to say about Medea put me in the corner. Child, y'all always in that corner. Y'all love the corner. Hey, Generous Soul. How you doing, boo? Queen said having a piece of man is better than not having a man at all. That's a lie. Yeah, that's a lie they used to tell us. I remember them lies. Come again, say, I don't like being alone, but I refuse confusion. Whichever part of the diaspora it comes from. Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Y'all know I be trying to translate. I can roll with you. Yeah, like this is too much. This is too much. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a husband either. It's okay to want a husband. I'm not one of those people that's gonna vilify you or pick at you or poke fun at you for wanting a husband. There's nothing wrong with wanting a husband. That's admirable too. Just wait for somebody who's worthy. Don't just take, whatever Joe Blow comes along. Don't do that. Because you're setting yourself up. Yep, AAE Bedstar BK is the one who pointed that out, and she's right. She said whoever mentioned regarding the light bill is really, really acute. Tyler's trying to help these men establish residencies, so you'll have to use the courts to evict them. Tyler is really setting us up. That's exactly what he's doing. Bedstar BK, sis peep that and put it right on Front Street, because that's what's going on. He's trying to help these bums take advantage of y'all. Because he don't like you. T to the fourth power says, I know someone that when her and her boyfriend go out, she slide him the money beforehand so she won't be seen giving it to him. It's sad. She's very successful and she complains about it. I can't. Yeah, she just want to say she got a man in her house. What about the ones that's doing like Sheree and them and Cash Apping a Negro so he could swipe the card and pretend like he paying? Trina say, what he don't realize is a true woman will always make a way for themselves. Truth be told, she can do it without a man. And we do it all the time. Black women do this thing all the time called life. Now, that's just natural for us. We don't really, we don't really go down real easy. But it's a lot of men who live on the bottom. They don't go down because they stay down. And they look for women to attach themselves to. Hey, Vet. I just couldn't get over it. Like it's been a few days, but like I said, we was talking about other stuff. One, and then two, I took me a few days off because I needed it, especially yesterday. This was my first Sunday that I had peace of mind and I ain't have to talk about Housewives of Atlanta because that was it was just, that was draining. So I really didn't talk about it when I wanted to, but I said, no, I still had to address this because who the hell do we think he is in real life? And who he think don't see what he's saying. Y'all, when I went to the comment section and I saw the amount of sisters giving him what for, oh, I was tickled. Come again, say Tyler might have spent too much kissing up to evangelical pastors still looking for acceptance. I mean, that's par for the course for his kind of people. I'm really trying to be careful with my mouth. Yeah, Tyler is defending and giving survival tips for homosexuals is what he's doing. Yeah, I need a margarita after talking about him. I'm sorry, the daiquiri, because the daiquiri hut is what's close over here. So that's clearly what I'm finna do in a little bit. Oh, but y'all gotta hear this mess that Drew talking about. They still interviewing her. I'm not sure why they still interviewing this lady. The season is over, and she's still talking about Courtney and Ralph and something inappropriate. I just find it funny, and I'm gonna say this before I play what she said. But I find it funny that we never heard her say that up until she saw people on social media saying that. And I still feel like she lying, but I'm gonna let y'all hear what she said in case you missed it. So that's enough on Tyler Perry. May he roast in hell. But let me let y'all hear what Drew Sidora had to say. Okay, hold on, Leslie say being alone equals peace for me. Not knocking marriage. Yeah, marriage is beautiful. Being alone is equally beautiful. Okay. So let's go.
Scene where Courtney and Ralph are in the dressing room. A lot of people felt like it was very intimate. Do you feel like they have ever been inappropriate with each other?
I feel like their relationship is inappropriate. You know, now to what degree it has gone, I've learned to not really accuse people of things. Like while filming last season, I had a feeling, and there were things that were happening that I did not, go and make a big deal out of, but it was inappropriate to me. The final straw for me was when she went behind my back and called me out my name. Right. And I was just like, where did this come from? We were just cousins. The biggest thing was for my husband just not to pause and say, okay, wait a minute. We are still getting to know you. We just met you. Right. And I just felt like he did not have my back. I didn't feel good about her being around talking to him. I found out other things, of course, that they were colluding and he was coaching her against me. It was...
Okay. Because I'm not finna listen to that little tad song. So y'all gonna, if y'all hit Neighborhood Talk or whoever, all of them got it, I think. But she said there were other things. Notice, y'all, she ain't said what the other things are yet. She ain't mentioned nothing about what these quote unquote other things are. I think she's hoping that people will draw conclusions. That's why I said she's absolutely an equivocator. Her and Kenya, but she's way worse. So she'll allude to things so that way she could say, well, I didn't accuse you of nothing. And the lady asked her, like, telling her, like, people thought it was inappropriate, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, oh, yeah, I thought it was inappropriate, too. But she never mentioned any instance of what exactly happened. I'm not sure why she's still talking. I'm not sure why anybody would want to interview her. But yet they did. They did. So, there's that. There is that. Oh, and Bianca Edwards, thank you so much for the Cash App. My little sister is so sweet. That was cute. Let me see what she said on hers. Oh, she said for the margarita fund. Thank you so much, because I'm going to need a cold one. Tyler Perry done ran my nerves. Tyler Perry done ran my nerves. He done ran them. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure why Drew Sidora is still talking. I'm not sure why she thinks that. Hey, let me not say I don't know why she thinks that people want to hear it. Some people do want to hear it, right, Generous? So some of us don't care. Some of us don't care at all what she got going on, what she talking about. Do I know that man did something with that lady? I don't know. Somehow, I seriously doubt it, because y'all know my opinion. I feel like Ralph is homosexual. I don't believe that Ralph is doing nothing with that woman or any other woman. Now, if you show me a man, then you gonna get my attention. My ears gonna perk up. My ears is gonna perk up. But not until then. Y'all keep trotting out women. I'm not finna believe you. DSA Drew has a neck like Eveline from The Wiz. Oh, not too much on Mabel King, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, Jen Bunny, Drew does need to go away. I did see quite a bit of that in the comment section. People kind of like over the whole thing, and I'm one of them people. I'm people. Definitely not understanding that. Why are we still hearing about this? Why is she still talking about this? Jen Jones says she doing her best to keep her spot. Probably so. Probably so. Ralph with that milk dud head. Yeah, like ain't nobody studying you or your strange little husband. And they still living in the same house. Is the gist is basically where they left that whole conversation off during this interview. They're still in the same house talking about he downstairs. That man probably ain't even downstairs. He just in the other bathroom. And me in the other bedroom. Mm. Hold on. I saw something I didn't know if I wanted to talk about. Y'all know I have to kind of screen my mouth sometimes and make sure I don't say the wrong thing. Mm. It looked like Doja Cat cussing her fans out again. It ain't a lot of gossip. Like it was some stuff I want to talk about, but it ain't a whole lot. Chris Brown and Tinashe going back and forth. I still don't know who and what a Tinashe is. She did an interview and said some unfavorable things about Chris Brown, and basically, he went to the same social media she was on, and basically was like her career is washed and can't nobody name 5 of her songs. And I was like, well, I felt like he preaching the gospel because I don't even know who she is. Jen Jones said the question should have been, how's your relationship with Ty? Now, that should have been the question. I don't know why she won't talk about that, because that's what we want to hear about. Is you and Ty still going together? Because Fallon lied to us about Lil Jalen. She did. Then come to find out she was going with Lil Jalen and had a baby with Lil Jalen. And Jalen let us know how young he was and the fact that he felt like you groomed him. And I agree. I totally agree. So that's what I want Drew to do. Come on, just come on with it. Don't be like Fallon. Don't lie to the truth. Just, standing on top of your head. AAE say Doja always cussing. Ken Petty brought the Goon Squad to the VMAs. Child, don't come in here with that mess. Nicki is not the best rapper alive. She's just a really good female rapper, a lady rapper. Like, we're not gonna do that weird stuff in here. And that's not the Goon Squad. That's a bunch of over the hill, oversized, old ashy Negroes, ghetto scum, hood boogers to the VMAs. We don't support that stuff in here. That's not cool. But Doja up here cussing people out. I'm like, Lord, every time you look around, Doja Cat cussing out her fans. She said she'll pop up if you could. Let me go on and put it in the chat. Because if y'all gonna come up here and talk, I sure want to hear it. I got a little time before the shack close, before I have to slide around the corner to get my daiquiri on. Oh, that's right, y'all. Come on. She tried but never popped off. She got a song with Britney. Yeah, I don't even know who she is. I have no idea who that baby is. Come again said there's so many industry plants. I feel like, oh, that's my girl AAE. Bianca, where you at? AAE is here. Hello. Hello? Unmute your mic.
Oh, hey, Sinitra. I unmuted.
Hey. Uh-huh. I was like, I'm up here talking to this girl. I don't see her talking. Because like usually when you talk, you see how the little halo like kind of pulses out from your avatar. And I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just on my end. And I looked, I said, I don't see nothing pulsing out. Okay.
Searching for the mute button.
What's going on with you? What you think about everything happening? Girl, let it rip, let it all out.
Livid. I am livid. The fact Tyler Perry in Atlanta, that's what's so concerning, because you have a number of Black women who are doing very, very well in this, doing very well. And you hear about these high incomes, Black millennial women making 150, 167, 170, 180 a year annualized in Atlanta. In Atlanta. New York, Atlanta, you see a high number of professional Black women doing very, very well. And I do believe people are very upset and very angry because we're not sharing the money. Like we're making all this money. You can see Black women just, Sinitra, I bought a very expensive handbag the other day. Very, very expensive. You get a lot of attention. Like people approaching you, see you in your car. Like just, and it's a lot. It is a lot of men. It is a lot of men, and
well, the thing is, sis, tell the truth. It's Black men. It's Black men that have an issue with Black women being successful, because he clearly stated he's not slow about the success and the wealth that Black women are generating. He actually made a point of saying that Black women are earning more than men now. So basically what it is if you're making more than the bums, then how dare you try to practice hypergamy? How dare you say that a man needs to be on your level? You need to go and get you a bum. That's what he's telling you. Get you a bum. Since y'all doing so well, I mean, the Black men, they're not working and preparing themselves. Why won't you just marry a bum and give him some of your money?
That's exactly what he's stating, which it's so kind of what I said. That is regression to the mean. Like if someone is coming in low and you are high, what always happens, and this is statistically proven, every scenario, there is a regression to the mean. You are going to, in every respect, you will lessen yourself. Even if you don't even know it, you're going to regress to the mean, which is the average. So you are a woman, and this is happening, Sinitra. If I may share with you, you're seeing what is occurring. You're having Black women, millennials, so 42, 41, 40, under 40. She's making close to 100,000. She's making like 95,000, 100, 105,000. You do see this. If she's married, the husband making like half of that, 45,000. And it's never discussed. Like this disparity is never discussed. Like it's just accepted.
But to the contrary, sis, it is discussed. It's discussed ad nauseum. As a matter of fact, there's a whole section of dust devils, Black-looking people, the dustish. They discuss it on a regular basis. So it absolutely is being discussed. But the way that it's being discussed is what gives me reason to pause. They are discussing it as though Black women's success is somehow in front to their perceived manhood. Because in my opinion, they're not men at all. They discuss it in a way that, basically what I'm getting from them, and this is just my opinion of their rantings and their attacks on Black women, is that they feel as though because we are creating wealth that we should install one of them to be in control of our money. Or maybe that because we're doing well and working at very nice jobs and have good educations, that somehow because we have it, that's why they know. And all of that is untrue. You don't have it because you didn't work for it. And don't nobody owe you nothing.
And keep in mind, Sinitra, these are the same women that he's speaking to. Remember, we have debt. They keep bringing up our the basket weaving degrees that we have, which I do. One of these basket weaving degrees. I mean, I'm a liberal arts major, and that is a basket weaving degree. They keep criminal justice, basket weaving, sociology, basket weaving, psychology, basket weaving, English, political.
But the thing is, that's what
that's actually what my major.
But that's
one of
that's what I was about to say. But those are really not. Those are not basket weaving degrees.
Exactly, they're not.
Not at all. And the bottom line is, Black women are showing their tails, and I love it. And I want them to keep showing their behinds. But what we're witnessing is this is the first time in an age where they're seeing large numbers of Black women simply say no. And that no is getting up under their skin, and it's crawling in their anus and tapping on their prostate. Black women are saying no. You have to do something other than have male genitalia to qualify. You're going to have something other than a twig and berries to qualify. You're going to need to prepare yourself and have something going for yourself. And you're going to have to actually show me that you have the means to provide a lifestyle that I am in agreement with living. Nobody is saying that because you can provide beanie weenies in a cardboard box that I should have to take it. We don't have to. Congratulations. And I'm going to go you a step further. If they didn't want us to be stronger, they shouldn't have been so goddamn weak. See, this world is about balance. When they got weak, we got stronger. They got more feminine.
Being stronger is weak.
They got more feminine. They got more. This is the thing. They got more feminine. And so now they're crying, oh, the women are masculine. Well, guess what? If you don't want the women being so masculine, then stop borrowing our tampons. The world is built on balance. When men failed, women became something else. Don't cry now, because this is your creation. Don't cry now.
Sinitra, I'm glad Bianca is here, because if I may share something with the both of you, where I live, the neighbors, quote unquote clear folk. It's a lake community. It's a beautiful community, and there is a woman. She's a clear woman in her 60s. She said something, Sinitra, if I may share this with you, something very important. She's a woman in her 60s. Her mother is an English immigrant. So she's a woman in her 60s. She's a baby boomer. Her mother is an English immigrant, and she specified English. She didn't say British. She said English. She mentioned this. English. She mentioned this because she told me that during that time, her mother immigrated to the United States, Florida. Of course, as a boomer, that's wartime. Her mother escaped World War II. She said something. She said that over 15,000 women from England, so the country of England, not the greater British Isles, not the UK. Specifically the England, 15,000 left and came to the United States. She said these women escaped war. These women escaped war. They did not stay there and rebuild. They did not stay there and try to understand why Europe fell into war again. The same. I know, Sinitra, that I know you're familiar with the same situation with which happened with the Japanese women after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. How tens upon thousands of Japanese women immigrated here to the United States. Many women, their grandmothers are actually Japanese women. Their mothers just continue to marry Americans. You would be very surprised, Sinitra, the number of clear people.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Are actually their parents are immigrants. Their parents their mother is an immigrant from Europe or Japan who came over here to escape war. I'm bringing that up because these women did not stay there and rebuild. They left because the men destroyed everything. We don't go to war. They do. And not once, but twice, Europe fell into a war
which devastated the continent. And what also, Sinitra, Europe has not yet replaced the birth numbers. There's still a negative birth.
Yeah, we've covered that during the FNN, like, and not being funny. You know, I don't care nothing about them people. But
I know, but to prove onto your point that they left, but we're expected to stay and rebuild and figure things out. But those women left. They left.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Community that was.
I feel like we don't fall into any narrative with those people at all.
I understand.
We have no kinship to those people. We don't move like those people.
Right, but as women, I'm just.
But hold on, but there is no as women, because Black women, we have our own category, baby. We have a whole different frequency. See, the truth of the matter is, actually, it's interesting that you brought it up. But now let me point out all the different ways that we have nothing to do with those women. See, those women are forced to run when they men fall, because they're not made from the same fabric as us. They're just as weak as the men that we're now avoiding. That's why they get along so well. That's why they try to date and marry each other, because they cut from the same cloth. You know, clear women, clear adjacent women, and Black men. Same cloth, same thing, just different genitalia. See, they have to pick up and run when things get bad, when things get dirty. See, what Black women do, which is one of the things that, hey, Couture Bay, which is one of the things that makes us unique and different from other women. Because see, I don't ever want to conflate us with them, because they ain't us. They can't sit at the table with us. The same thing I said about Spice checking Erica Mena about trying to pull her bosoms up to the motherhood table. You can't sit with us. See, them heifers over there, they can't sit with us. Because, see, when we didn't have anywhere to run, because foundational Black Americans, ADOS, whatever you want to call it, most of our people ain't got nowhere to run, because we ain't got no friends and we ain't got no allies. So, see, when our men fell, we had to stay in amongst the rubble and rebuild for our goddamn selves. We didn't have a choice but to rebuild. We held this entire, we held this entire thing together with the sweat of our brow, the blood of our veins, our prayers, our tears, and everything. We did it on our own with men that we couldn't run away from, with men that we couldn't escape from, in the middle of a war zone that we did not create, and we had victims on both sides. We were victims on both sides. We had enemies on both sides. Black women in this country have had to fight against white supremacy and Negroes at the same darn time, and then raise children, male children, who potentially will grow up and turn on you too. So see, them heifers, nothing against you, baby, but you can't sit at the table with us, because you can't do what we do. Not another group of women in the history of this earth has ever been able to mount up or feel as though they can stand shoulder to shoulder with a sister. Not one. Show it.
You better talk to the people, sis. Talk to the people now.
They can't sit at the table with us. When their men tore up their economies, bombed their streets, tore down the buildings, they could run.
Yeah,
they could pick up and run. Hell, that's all they could do, because they not us. That's all they could do.
You're right, Cindy.
Was run. I'm not patting them on the back or hoisting them. Oh, you know, you're so courageous. No, baby, you just cut from a different cloth. We were the only ones forced to sit in the rubble in the aftermath of men's evil, survive it, and then have people come along and vilify us because we survived it. And then after we survived and rebuilt what they tore up single-handedly, because we didn't help them tear up a goddamn thing. Now here they come to tell us, how dare you have standards? Yeah, you rebuilt it after I tore it down, but now that you built something for yourself, you're wrong unless you're willing to give it to Willie the wino, Lenny the loser.
Don't give it to none of them, because Auntie, I just had to cuss out T.S. Madison.
You done cuss T.S. Lord Couture.
She came in my chat, Auntie. She tried me. I'm a victim.
Wait a minute.
I'm a victim.
Hold on. That thing came in your chat and cussed at you?
Yes, my mama saw it, and I didn't even see what she said, but something said cuss her, well, TS out.
Him.
And I went to town because I was tried. We
Please.
I don't do a lot, but I didn't like. I know a lot of people don't like Tasha K, and that's cool. But I said, what do her kids have to do with her
That's
comments?
what I said, baby.
And she came in my chat, called me all types of B's, and so I had to chin check TS because you want to fight, fine. You can't stand in a verbal annihilation with me. I'm going to eat you up. Because who sent you over here? Who sent you over?
Did you knock the chin hairs off? Is that what you did?
Baby,
I need to know what the hell did that thing say to you?
That's
Girl,
what I
that
want to
just
know.
raised my blood pressure. Now I need 2 drinks.
Called
Jesus.
me broke.
Who?
Called me a bitch. Sorry to cuss on.
No, talk. Let it out. He called you broke. He called you a female dog. What else that thing called you?
It all up in my chat trying to be disruptive. And I'm like, why are you here? And so I said, you know what? I'm tired of playing nice because people take your niceness for weakness. And I'm a very kind soul. You know, I laugh and joke, but I'll never disrespect anybody. So I said, TS, you want to be a victim so bad, you weak B word. And I said, tell a man to post you on a page, Miss Rich B word.
Right.
They pay you to leave, they pay us to stay. How about that?
There you go.
Notice this energy will never be directed towards Tasha K's husband.
Or
because
male or her own.
Yeah, exactly, because it don't exist. Now, here's the other thing with that bothers me. And I'm just going to hope. Did you check the page to see if it was him or somebody with a spoof account?
No, that was T.S. Madison.
Okay, that's all. I just want to make clear before I say what I want to say, because that doesn't raise my pressure. I need a BC powder. Lord, I got one by the bed. Okay. I'm serious. That just gave me a whole headache. First of all,
Madison has made comments before, and this is what he has said, that I guess it was like, you always got my name in your mouth, ho. And I said, oh, the gloves is off.
First of all, the nerve of him to call you a hoe. We don't know. Oh, Jesus. First of all, you are a man, sir. You are a whole man, and you came onto a social media platform to attack a young black woman. Because you younger than him. All day you younger than him. See, this is the problem I have with the likes of him. He did that to that other lady from Atlanta and had posted her personal information so other men could be calling and threatening her. See, it's the threats for me. It's like, why you got all these violent ideations and attitudes toward black women? Like, you want to be us, but you hate us. Like, are you angry because yours is artificial? Are you angry because you feel compelled to do it? Are we like a vision of strength to you and it's upsetting you and your identity? Like, I need answers. Now you attacking children. He's known to attack black women, and now you want to make it personal. We have a right to talk about you attacking those black children, because those are little black children that you talking about, their heads and their eyes and stuff. And Couture Bay, you weren't here earlier, but I had asked the question, what is the difference? Why are people trying to justify and calling Spice talking about Erica Mena's parenting, talking about children, and now you got a full-grown, musky black man talking about little black babies, and yet where is the outrage here? See, I asked the question because I wanted people to really catch on to what I was throwing in the air. The hate for black women is a little disturbing.
Excuse me. I don't know, but I also said the fact that you think Africa is just so destitute everything about it just, I don't know. Today,
all of it was a problem. That get your money up to go to Africa and talking about begging for rubles. Why would she be begging for rubles in Africa? Like, just say you don't know anything about African currency in any country, and let's get
Yeah,
it
because
over.
I was like, rubles, really? And that I think that's what
Like, she ain't said nothing about going to Russia. So why the hell would she be begging for rubles? Why would you tell her to go to Africa and ask for rubles? Like, tell me you don't know nothing about currency, without telling me you don't know nothing about currency.
And Sinitra, it is funny because you do trade Forex. It's just something about that makes me laugh. Because this is your wheelhouse, Sinitra.
What you mean, sis?
No, it's because I know you're like I know I've seen in the live chat, like I know you're involved, like investments, your position, like you get around, you know what finance.
Nitra watched the money. Nitra loved the money.
So like it's just funny he said that, and then you're like, what? Because you know full well rubles.
Yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. Like, baby, you can't even go to Africa. Let's be honest. Like, what are you talking? Like, and that's why I blacked out, and I had to call my mama because my mom was like, she was like, no, that's the real TS. I checked the page to make sure.
So that really is
TS Timothy, and was like, Timothy, who you calling to be?
Right. And what's so annoying about that, and was it Couture? It was you that brought up the whole Africa thing. And I noticed that too. And I tried to kind of get past that because I sometimes get tired of pointing out the xenophobia in ignorant people. Like, it's so annoying. It's so horribly annoying. You got to get your coins together to go to Africa. Let's talk about the fact that she can go. Let's talk about the fact that she has relatives, whether she married into it or not, that she can go there. And let's talk about the fact that most of our people don't have that luxury. That is a luxury, to have another country to abscond to when things get hot over here. Because if we're being honest, most of our folks, when things get hot, you just in it. Ain't no running nowhere. Where you running to?
Grandma house.
Yeah, you got to go to Big Mama house, or maybe you can go down south to one of your cousins them that stay in the country. But where the hell is you gonna go? And y'all know I'm not a Tasha K fan because I don't go up for nobody to tell lies. Y'all know I don't believe in no lying and no signifying. I hate a liar. However, those children ain't lied on nobody.
That's truthful, but I had to tell you that, Sinitra, because I was going to come over here earlier, but I was like, Mom, I'm supposed to be watching Sinitra's show. But I said, she was like, no, it's all good. And I apologize to everybody for getting out of character, because when I said I took it there, I took it there.
Excuse me? And it's not out of character. But somebody who went in on you, ain't no way. I'm telling you now. If I would have been in the chat, it would have went down. And if they bring their behinds over here, it's going down. We don't do no disrespect.
And this is the thing, Couture Bay. I know you don't know because you came around recently. You wasn't here for the early days. We still royal family. We still got snipers left, right, and center. Next time something like that go on, if we live, come over here and tell your family that somebody trying you, and we'll slide over there and get them straight.
Oh no, because the chat was eating TS up, but I was just like, oh wow. So I said, so it's ethnic children. Oh, I went in because I was like, y'all was crying about Erica Mena and this child she don't even take care of.
Because somebody talking about her parenting. Yeah, you're not a mama. You can't sit at the table with the mamas. You use a trifling hussy. You was out here going with beige rage behind his wife back. Use a ding-a-ling tester. You can't sit at the table with the mamas.
Hell no. That's what been irritating me. No, seriously, sis. That's what's been irritating me this whole time. The fact that people can't distinguish when people are talking about children and when they're talking about the parent in regards to parenting. Somebody say your child don't like you. That's because you a fool. You're ignorant. You acting stupid. Now, let's go to TS. When he said your child looked like Hey Arnold, your children got beady eyes.
That's talking about children.
And you're going to be picking up rubles off the side of the road. Child.
And I'm like, but in Russia, is Russia in Africa now?
No, Russia's in Asia.
I'm like, I thought it was in Asia, but I'm like, well, I'm getting old. Maybe I'm behind. I try to pay attention to geopolitics, but maybe, Putin has been real friendly with some Africans. Did he move to Africa? Like, why would she be picking up rubles off the side of the road? And where is he from again? Is that boy from Mali? Where is he from?
from
Husband?
Florida.
No, her husband.
Oh, her husband. I think he's from Mali. He comes from
Yeah,
a
I
well-to-do family.
I know. I thought he was from Mali. So I'm like, okay, so when did Mali change their currency to Russian rubles?
Ignorant. That's what I said. And you want to be on the Real Housewives? I said I would start a petition. I think that's what triggered TS. I said I will start a petition to not have you up there. I will write a letter every day to Bravo and Angie telling them why you should not be on the network. I don't care.
That is crazy. That is crazy. I can't believe that thing went over there and attacked you. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Obsessed.
The attack
I think
on black
it's my
women.
good looks. I think
It's an agenda, y'all. It's an agenda.
It is. It's an absolute agenda. They absolutely have a problem with you young, pretty black girls. They hate y'all's guts because y'all represent everything they'll never be, not even in their dreams. And the other thing that I think causes a lot of animosity in folks like TS, like Lil Timothy, is the fact that while he may put on all of the accoutrements, the wig, the makeup, some nails, a waist trainer, big old fake booties, some tatas, all that stuff, he realizes by and large that the men that he may be attracted to are looking at young ladies who look like y'all.
Will never be attracted to.
And even if that, even in the absence of them being able to catch one of you beautiful young ladies, they would rather grab an old mama like me than to be seen with a Timothy.
That's what I said. Tell your men to post
those men like women, and that's why they're angry with we're the target for their animosity. But you're really angry because the men that you want don't want you. They want women. No matter how we look, they want women. As much as Tasha K is aesthetically challenged, they will take her over him because she's still a woman.
Exactly.
My old tale. One of them might even offer to rub some Bengay on my bad hip before they'll mess with Timothy because they still want a woman.
Absolutely. And not only that, Sinitra, if I may add to what you just said, keep in mind, we are the gatekeepers. Like more, and it's more than just not just being a woman, but there are certain environments that when you, like you mentioned, when you are a pretty young Black girl, I'm going to be very honest with you. There are certain environments, there are certain rooms, places, people want to be in your company. People do want to be in your company. And these other groups, they have to use the pretty young Black girl to gain access into these rooms. And it's not just, T.S. Madison and his group, but I'm just speaking personal experience, other ethnic groups as well. There's something about when you're just pretty. I mean, look, Bianca Couture, look at the two of you, like your pictures. I'm telling you right now, if you were at my job, I know for a fact you're going to get a lot of attention just because you're pretty young and adorable. And the way you speak and your smile, people want to be
and that's
around.
the thing. You're talking about womanhood in general. Like, we're all aware that women can get into rooms that men can't. Usually men are seen as more threatening, and a pretty face is very disarming. Like, that's just the truth. But I'm talking about in specifics, his attack on pretty Black women, his attack on women, period. But definitely for him to go over there and bother my Couture Bay, I have a problem with that. And while he's bothering her, saying that she has his name in her mouth, she's not the only person that talks about Timothy. A lot of us have talked about Timothy. I've seen male content creators talk about Timothy. Timothy's done a lot of very problematic things, but it's very telling that his attacks are targeted toward women.
And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And instead of him figuring out or trying to wonder why Couture Bay has her name in his mouth, he need to figure out and wonder what he got in his mouth. Calm it down. Your mouth is the only mouth who you need to be worried about. So don't come on my platform and try to call me out for some BS that you did in the first place. Sir, you better have several seats.
See, at
Several.
first I thought it was a troll, but it was like the you always have my name on your mouth or whatever, something, whatever. It was very Florida, and I said, "Oh, this
Yeah.
is the real TS." Because at first
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna ignore it, but then I was like,
Yeah.
"Is this not you? Is this not you?" With this tweet, like I said, a victim, always a victim, and from there I said, "You know what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough."
And
And
you know
it's
what's
good,
worse?
right,
I'm
Anitra?
glad y'all mentioned his.
Where are the conversations and the funds in support of Black women's health? If you're
Yeah,
going to stand
but this
tall
is
and say
yeah.
you're
I don't care nothing about that part.
contribute to our health,
I'm still stuck on the fact that he thought it was okay to personally. That was a personal attack because
Exactly.
she was talking about a tweet that he made. Nobody told him to tweet that about those children. I posted it too. And I know a few other people posted it. If he had never said it, it could have never been reposted, discussed, talked about, put plastered on live streams. None of that could have happened. And Bianca, you mentioned his mouth, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Because is it me, or is he like 2 seconds from being tongue tied? Is it me?
it's because he's ignorant. TS can't keep up. That's what I said. I said your reads is weak, you're ignorant, you're uncouth, and you're not cool. You can't keep up. It's clear because the fact that you got to keep mentioning kids, like of all the things you can read Tasha K
Exactly.
on, you want to read her kids. How weak is that?
Yes.
And I said it's the weirdness. And I said I'm not about to let you do that. Them kids didn't do anything. They're not content creators. I can
And
see
they
if
didn't
her
do nothing
kids
to
was
him.
doing something to TS, but they not. They minding their business, living their best life. Clearly they're well kept because if there wasn't, the people would be at our door of all people.
Yes, not only that. I mentioned that earlier. Like he could, if his mouth was really up to par, if he wasn't getting by on a gimmick
Come on.
and his penis,
Come on.
he could have went in any direction. That's what that exactly what I said earlier. Couture Bay. It's so much material on Tasha K. The jokes write themselves. Like
I'm
I
trying.
wouldn't. I have never just sat up and roasted that lady because I feel like it's lazy. It's too much. It's just hanging out there. You ain't got to dig for it. Be clever, witty, nothing. The jokes write themselves. And out of all of the things, out of the plethora of topics that he could have went in on Tasha K about, the only thing that he could think to do was to attack children. That's it. Children. Her children. Not her shape, not her hair or lack thereof, not her complexion, not her wide back, not her lack of a waistline, not the fact that her hips don't exist, not them skinny, hard looking legs and nubby knees, not them long feet that look like, she's half a flipper. Like nothing, just straight to the children. Not her legal problems with Cardi B, not her lying on everybody. Not the fact that her husband told her he didn't want none in public. Not the fact that they say your husband was going with one of your employees. Not nothing. There's so many things that could be talked about when it comes to Tasha K. And the only thing he could come up with was children. This man is a threat to decent society.
And he old. Well, he's not old. 45 is not old, but still. I was like, you're my senior. You're supposed to be like act like an elder. Ugh, I could just tell the hormones is rotting out a lot of the TS's brains because child, ugh. Does it
But
make them bitter against women?
You bring up a very important point that I wanted to mention. Why is it older people going after Gen Z Black women? I've noticed that. And this is something that happens a lot.
Well,
Even is it really older people? Because it look like to me, everybody is attacking Black women.
Yeah, I don't agree with older people.
I'm just being just honestly, when it comes to younger Black girls, that 18 to 25 that age group, 18 to 25, which is a very fragile place for a Black girl. She's growing up. She's learning boundaries. This has been going on for a very long time. It's as if older people will purposely target and harass this age group if not younger.
Yeah, I don't
You
see none of that
how
going
they've been
on.
harassing the high school. There's a young girl, the black girl, a high schooler. That teacher who harassed and assaulted her grabbed her phone out of her hand and she defended herself. And of course, it's her fault. But everybody wants to surround this high school black girl. All non-black people surround her and watch her like
But I
theater.
think, but I think that issue, but the issue still comes down to the issue still comes down to black women being an acceptable target for society as a whole. I do not see older black women targeting black girls and black women. I see the world targeting black girls and black women. I even see other black women who want to fit in and have internalized self-hatred attacking black girls and black women. We don't have we do not have a singular group. We don't have a singular group that is targeting black girls and black women. It's everybody. It's black men. It is clear people. It's clear adjacent people. It is other black women. It's the fact that black women are an acceptable target. The world has proven time without number that on a whole, in general, you can attack black women and nothing will happen to you. There will be no reprisals of any kind. Nothing will take place.
And you are
correct. As long as your target
that
is black women.
Is the most vulnerable because number one, they have no experience with this level of attack and hatred. It's the most vulnerable population, that 18 to 25 black girl group, which now is Gen Z. It's Gen Z.
Well, I mean, we can say Gen Z, but Gen X black girls, when they were that age, were under attack. My mama's age group, and my mama was born in 43. Black girls in that age group and younger were under attack. We have, as black women and black girls, have never been not under attack in that age group. So it's not Gen X, Gen Z, millennial, none of that. It's literally, what I'm pointing out is that's a false equivalence, because like that has literally been our story since we've been over here in this plantation or piss pot called America.
That particular age group is just now.
But I feel,
but it's not just now. That particular age group has always been under attack.
Right. I 100% agree with you, Sinitra. Of course, you're correct. I cannot disagree with that statement. I'm just saying is that now in our present time, that group is now called Gen Z. We're in 2023. The 18 to 25 group is Gen Z now. No,
but I get all that. But what I'm saying is that's irrelevant to what we're saying, in that it's not because of that. It's not it's not older people attacking them. It's the issue is that the world itself, society, America for sure, is showing themselves to be anti-black woman. Like, but that is
only, and you are correct.
I'm not only that though, y'all. The situation.
Let Bianca get a word in. Let Bianca get a word in. Go ahead.
Thank you. Because the situation, the scenario that you just gave, I honestly disagree with that one. When the teacher grabbed the cell phone, you know, when you send your kids to school that they can't have their phones in school. And we've seen these students. So the teacher kept telling her he literally only took the phone and the child fired off on him. I feel like that's something completely different.
No, it's not.
Than the situation that we're talking about right now.
No, he had no.
How is it not different?
Child, he had no business, and you had everybody. So
and your child should not have the phone out in school.
Too bad.
I do not have my phone out in school.
Too bad. You don't like it? Leave. You get another job. She has to be there. You had no business touching that child.
No. See, this is when we get into that. This is when we get. But see, what I feel like,
everyone loves to rationalize going after the high school girl.
Hold on, let Bianca get her point out. Let her get her. Let Bianca get her point out.
I can go blow for blow. But what I'm saying
no, we're not doing that. Just get your point out.
Well, no, I know. I'm saying like in a debating moment. What I'm saying is you have to hold your children accountable too. There were times when teachers called my mom and told her I did something, and my mama said, "You know what? Did it." And she was wrong. If I wasn't supposed to have my phone out in school, my mom would have looked at me and said, "Now, why you had your phone out during the lesson? And you know that teacher told you know you're not supposed to have your phone in general. Why did you have it out during the lesson and the teacher had to confiscate your phone? If the teacher took my phone because I was doing something wrong in class, that do not give me the reason to swing on the teacher. So now we're not going to put that narrative out here and make it seem like no matter what the person do, it's okay. Just because this person was a clear person, a palmer, not the backside of your hand, but the inside.
Right.
You can't just say they're a palmer and they doing what they're supposed to do, and now it's an attack. Those are two different situations. So that's all I wanted to say. Those are two different scenarios.
Let me ask this, guys, because I didn't see the viral video. A lot of times when I see those viral videos, I scroll.
I didn't see it. That's why I was silent.
Yeah, me too. I just wanted to kind of hear both sides of what was being said. So my question is, because like I said, I scroll past those videos. They're very triggering for me. And I feel like a lot of that is just like, trauma abuse. Like I feel like they bombard us with those images to trigger trauma in other Black people. So I don't look at them. So I don't know what happened. So are you saying the young lady had a phone in class? She was told to turn the phone in. She refused to turn the phone in. And did the teacher hit her, push her, drag her, or did he just snatch the phone?
Nope, he took her phone and confiscated it, and she got upset and wanted to fight.
That's not what happened. That is not
what happened. What happened?
They were all in the hall. There were other administrators surrounding her. She repeatedly said, give it back. She's repeatedly yelling. These people are just surrounding this girl. He grabbed the phone out of her hand. She put mace on him. Too bad, so sad.
Okay, so now let me ask you this question.
That's up
hold
to
on.
you. Maybe
hold on. Let me ask this question, because one thing. Hold on, y'all, because I have to moderate here. We can't just be everywhere. So now let me ask you this. The teacher took the phone. Did the teacher strike or touch her, or did the teacher simply take the phone?
Took the phone, sister.
Really? Where was the phone, Bianca? Where was the phone, though?
I'll be right back, ladies. But
and you just said it was in her hand.
Exactly.
Okay, Couture Bay. See you later, love.
See you, boo.
Bye. But I'm asking questions to get clarity, because I'm hold on. I'm explaining what I'm doing because I want to be clear. I'm asking questions to get clarity. I like to understand things in a rational fashion. I do have feelings or whatever, but I'm not an emotional person in that I skip past facts. So the teacher took the phone. The young lady was, you said, AAE, screaming that she wanted the phone back, right?
Sinitra, she had the phone in her hand. The phone was in her hand.
Doesn't matter. I'm asking questions about the chain of events. The teacher took the phone out of her hand. You said the young lady was screaming that she wanted her phone back, and that there were other administrators standing around her.
Yes, in the hall.
In the hall.
Yes.
Okay. So who then struck whom first? What happened? Who struck who?
Like, that's what happened.
That was the entire incident.
Her hand. He took the phone out of her hand. He grabbed it out of her hand, and she put mace on him. I think, or pepper spray. She had something.
So she pepper sprayed a teacher for taking her phone.
Yes, out of her hand. Correct.
And is that young lady aware that is a charge?
Okay, I don't know. She's a high schooler. I don't know.
It don't matter. You can still go to jail.
It don't matter.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can, like, literally. You're not. That's illegal. Like, you can't just do that. That's like while I do understand her frustration.
Yeah, you're going to grab a phone out of someone's hand because you told them to give you the phone. So you're going to grab it out of their hand. Okay.
Yeah, so they took your phone. That's what happens at schools. They take your things from you.
That's
because you shouldn't have had it in school in the first place.
Right.
So don't have it. They can't take it.
I'm gonna get. Hold on. But this is the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the topic we were talking about, because this was interesting, but this doesn't fit into the topic, because that doesn't sound like this young lady was attacked for being Black. It sounds like she was in school. She broke rules. The teacher did what teachers and educators do all across the countries: black, white, Chinese, Japanese, Indian, chief. And then the child then decided, after a tantrum of screaming, according to you, that she would then pepper spray said employee. Okay, so that's unfortunate. I'm sure her mother will sort it all out. I've been a mama for a long time, but that doesn't apply to this topic.
Verb can just literally speak about your child. So someone that you
hold on, but this is not what I'm saying. Is we're gonna get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we're going to. That's okay. I have a mute button because sometimes people get, excited. People get excited. I understand. But we're going to get back onto the topic. That's fine if she had to leave too. God bless you. But we're definitely going to get back on topic because one ain't got nothing to do with the other. Now, that's unfortunate. I've been a mama, and sometimes kids misbehave. And then sometimes things happen, and then they escalate, and moms sort it out. Moms are superheroes. We know how to do all that. Right. But back to T.S. Madison, Timothy. Timmy thought that he could go over there and make a personal attack on Couture Bay. I'm in shock.
Yeah, I'm irritated about that one. I'm
done.
Aggravated about that. Let him come over here on the porch, sis.
In the name of Jesus, I would like to advise him to never do that. Bless his holy name. I pray that he never makes that mistake. I pray that he never makes that wrong turn. In the name of the Lord, I pray that the Spirit will lead and guide him in another direction, because this ain't where he need to be.
But not at all.
This ain't the place for Timmy, because you come over here with that cussing and name calling, I'm gonna tell you something about yourself that you ain't gonna appreciate too much.
Exactly.
That's just that on that.
It is what it is.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, Felicia, hold on 1 second. Now let me address something.
What? I can't see.
Now, AAE, you're welcome here at all times, but let's not go to the chat and start saying, little underhanded things. Don't do that. That's not nice. Because first and last, I can guarantee you, on your best day, you could never be a mother the caliber of me. Let's be very clear. I've raised 3 and done an exemplary job. I've raised an extra one that wasn't even mine. On no day can you slide your bosoms up to the table with me and assume on your best day that you could be a mother the caliber or the likes of Shanitra. Don't ever play yourself, sugar.
Don't.
There's a lot of things you can play, but don't play yourself. It's not cute. And we're talking about T.S. Madison, honey. I'm not talking about issues at a school because that's off topic. All right? So you might need to get somewhere and cool off because you've clearly lost your mind. Find somewhere to go. We're not talking about that. You will not come to the porch and derail a conversation and think that you'll change the entire narrative and tone of what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. If you want to talk about that, everybody in the world has a right to go live from their own channel, and you can talk about that. I said absolutely nothing that should have offended you. I simply got us back on topic. But don't you ever, as long as you live, open your dick suckers to even insinuate that I would allow somebody to mistreat a child of mine. And on top of that, I would never let the likes of you think you're going to come in here and mistreat me, take over my platform, and misbehave and behave in an unladylike fashion. Now, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. You hopped up here. You tried on multiple occasions to derail the conversation. I peeped game. I just didn't call you on it because I'm something you'll never be, and that's a lady. You then got extremely irate and emotional. I had to mute you a couple times because you wouldn't even let the other ladies who are up here get a word in edgewise. And then when you dropped down, I knew that it was because you had an attitude problem, but I just let that go because, hey, everybody has a bad day. And after all, you didn't go too far. And that wasn't enough for you. You felt the need to drag your little dingy self in here after bragging about living around clear folks to insult the black folks on YouTube. Get a hobby, okay? And God bless you. Now go ahead, sugar.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I hope.
Good evening. How you
Hey,
doing?
Felicia. And I'm not
Hey.
in the chat, but thank you for calling in.
You're so welcome, Bianca.
This
So
my boo. I love me some Felicia. Girl, how you been doing?
I've been doing really well. And I hadn't come up since that Inyana went and got me all twisted up in the game. And then we got Tyler out here. And so I was hoping to call in tonight, and thank you for letting me up, because I want to ask you, Sinitra, how many millions of Tyler's billions
Come
did
on.
he make, build off the backs of Black, hardworking, talented, professional, non-professional, mother women in this country?
Say it again, sis.
He
done made all that money off them same
money?
professional Black women that he's trying to vilify, and then did so. Hold on, sis, and did so while exploiting Black women from other demographics that were struggling. So you took their personas, their stories, their day-to-day lives, and you exploited it. And then you turn around and made money off of these same professional Black women that you despise so much.
Yes.
And then had the audacity to drag his behind, his disgraceful tail in there on that interview to tell Black women that you don't have a right to standards. Hold on. One of my sisters sent a special message, Lord Jesus. Okay. Let me read this. I've been told to read it, and I'm going to read it. Okay. Because she says she does not know how to hit the link. And I was told to read this message for the disruptor that we had in our chat. This is for the disruptor that was just asked, to find something to do. She says, I have something to tell her, because my mama would have been one of the teachers who would have snatched the phone out the student's hand, and I wish a MF would have maced my mama. I fight children and they mammies. End quote. Okay. And I agree. I concur.
Agreed.
But back to what y'all was saying, I was told to read the message, y'all. I had to read the message.
You did as your baby told you to do.
Exactly, because I agree 100%. Agreed.
I don't want to get
that wasn't one of my daughters. That wasn't one of my daughters, Felicia. That was one of my sisters that said, because her mama was a school teacher. And she said that her mama would have definitely been one of them teachers that would have took that phone out that child's hand. And surely you'd have maced her mama. You probably, I'm trying to find a nice way. She probably would have engaged in fisticuffs with you and your mother, is what I gather from that. Okay. And I agree. You'll get no argument from me. When you're right, you're right.
But you made a very clear statement prior to getting into that those kinds of videos and things trigger you. And so maybe your guest was triggered by the memory of it. I'm not speaking for her. I'm not daring to go down that road. I'm just throwing it out there.
But you know what, Felicia? I was thinking that, and that's why I didn't address the behavior as it was transpiring. I simply took it as, because like I can remain cool for the most part. Like even when y'all hear me like roast somebody, I'm usually never upset, honestly. It's not my style. Right. I can say what I need to say without becoming emotional, but I know that some folks can't. Okay. So that's okay too. It really is. I think it's okay. And we have to give permission to Black women to be emotional. You have a right to be emotional if you are an emotional creature, because other women are afforded that luxury. And it's usually only our sisters who are not. So I'm never going to, come down on you like a ton of bricks because something made you emotional, So when I saw the behavior, I'm not slow. Y'all know that. Ain't nothing slow about me at all. So I peeped the behavior, but I didn't address it because I simply assumed that that's exactly what it was. Sis? I thought truly it was, okay, this is something that stimulated her.
Absolutely.
I hate the word trigger. It was something that stimulated her in such a way that she lost control for a moment. But then it was the going to the comments to try to insult me. Hey, darling, you got there's so many other things you can do that's a lot safer. So many other things you can do. That's a whole lot safer. See, some of us managed to get our education and still talk the same way. See, I didn't go get an education and all of a sudden felt like I needed to imitate the tone and inflection of the oppressor. See, some of us are real strong in who we are. I have a strong sense of self and identity. And so I understand when I see folks that don't, that maybe things might affect you slightly different. There's so many ways that this thing could have went. And I just really, really hate that it went that way. I take no pleasure in having to just, handle folks.
And I agree 100%.
Go ahead, Mom.
I agree 100%. And what people have to realize is when we come up here, we do have opposing opinions, and it's okay. It's okay to stand your ground. We're not arguing. We're not hating on you. We family at the end of the day. So we can have opposing opinions, but just know, just like you stand your ground, we're going to stand ours too. But don't get disrespectful.
And that's the thing. Nobody. Because that's the thing, Bianca. Y'all know the rules on the porch. We can disagree, but everybody's supposed to still respect everybody. Because y'all know what I say: tongue and teeth fall out, kin folks don't. So we can have opposing views without the personal attacks, and it was the personal attack that made me address it. You can let people handle your children. Are you on crack?
Yeah, that was
well. Clearly you on crack, but which brand? Like, who's your dealer? Because nothing about my persona says that anybody can do anything to my children. Nothing about me. Thank you, Felicia. Now, sis, you know me from online. We ain't met at the kitchen table, but from what you know of me, nothing about me says that you had better try to ever do anything untoward to any of Shanitra's children.
Correct.
Like, you literally come out better to slap box with Satan than to bother one of my children.
Listen.
But it's unfortunate. But Sinitra, how many of those millions from that billion?
Girl, I can't count that high. I can't count that high. Listen, Felicia, we got folks that feel like, Negroes that talk like myself. We ain't intelligent enough to count that high, sis. I couldn't tell you.
I recall the beginnings of his career. He said he used to live in a car. He had no money. He was depressed. He didn't have any skills. Right? He didn't have any skills. And he started to document his journey living in the car and dealing with poverty and being estranged from his family and things like that. And writing about his family brought about the Medea on paper.
Yeah, I heard all that. But you know what it gives, Felicia? It almost gives that while he was sleeping in his car, he wished that a woman would have just given him a handout and taken care of it.
Oh.
And you know what I think about that? I think that he may be resentful of it, but if he cares to be honest, if he knows how, that adversity is what caused him to learn to create wealth. Men need to know, men are supposed to know how to, learn how to, and then, perfect the ability to create wealth, not wait and hope that a woman is going to hand it to you.
See, but I don't want to bring in my homegirl here too much, but folks who have this platform, and I'm talking about, Inyana, yeah, they have these platforms and they have the ears of so many people in this country. And then they, as she's come out of her bankruptcy and she's Inyana, and she's back on top. And then we have Tyler who did this interview with a woman, no less. And
she's sitting up there. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? I was like,
girl. Listen, Felicia, my mouth ain't made like that. My mouth ain't made like that. You're not gonna sit up here and tell me a bunch of insulting, derogatory foolishness, and I'm gonna say, yeah, right, hell.
So I thought they both were very manipulative. So because when Tyler said the piece about, yeah, you and your list and good luck with that, he used his Medea voice. Did you note that?
Yes, I did. It immediately turned to older, sassy lady. Like,
yes.
Okay, this is because what he was doing with that, you got to catch little stuff like that. That was his way of saying, like, I'm wiser than you. See, so in essence, what he was illustrating is that he equates older Black women with wisdom. So I'm going to imitate an older Black woman and pretend to impart wisdom while trying to play you. See, what this is that poverty pimping. This is the pimping minus the slap.
Yes.
And this is the pimping minus the slap. See, I've been around, con artists. I've worked in prisons for a long time. He's a con artist. Same thing I said about Iyanla. She's a con artist. Like, you'll notice anytime that they think that they're spitting some game, they change their tone and inflection. It immediately becomes real, extra, with the dialect. The Southern drawl gets heavier, or if it ain't the Southern drawl, it's that real sister girl type drawl that gets thrown in there because they're trying to convince you of something. They want you to feel like they're really saying something for you to jump on it. Like, stop it. Who you playing with?
What I believe is that everything is based on economics. And because of that pandemic, the entertainment industry took a big hit. And I'm wondering how much debt Mr. Perry has.
Oh, that Negro ain't no debt. Hell no. Let me tell you something. People that pimp Black folks and sell hopes and dreams, they never go broke. They never go broke.
So what was the objective? Why would the objective your audience?
Okay. The objective is, one, hatred of Black women. That's the main objective. The reason why he felt the audacity to do so is an even greater insult. He felt as though we were too ignorant to peep what he was doing. In a nutshell, that's what you just witnessed. I'm going to insult you, and I'm going to do it publicly because I think y'all too slow to catch it. Because after all, I've been insulting you back to back with all these dramas and film projects, and y'all been eating that up. So if you can't see that, why would you see this?
Okay. I couldn't figure out his objective. I believe the story that he was living in his car. I believe
it too.
I believe he worked his way from poverty to billions.
I believe it.
And I don't understand why you would want to offend all of those women who supported you. Even if you don't like them. But
Felicia, if it was just that he disliked us, he probably wouldn't have. It's hate.
Hate, huh?
It's hate. You got to look at, okay, let me paint a picture. Let me act like Tupac. Picture perfect. Let me paint a perfect picture, okay? You know how you'll see in families, maybe your family too. It happened in mine. You'll have somebody that's stronger, more capable. Might have been your mama, your auntie, grandma, big mama, somebody. And so they end up helping people. And the same people they help are in a hurry to talk about them, stab them in the back. The minute they get sick, they turn on you. It's like they literally resent that you're able to help them. You ever seen that before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. See, I've lived it. I watched my mama live it. And it pissed me off. And then I realized something with men like good old Tyler. Notice that he wasn't able to get out of that car until he started doing what? Imitating a Black woman. See, he couldn't do it as a Black man because ain't nobody checking for you. You had to put on a wig and become a Black woman on a stage in order to make your money. So see, you can't tell me that there's not some of that same resentment that we see even in our own families and our own dynamics, whereas the persona of a Black woman is what helped you, but you resent the fact that you needed that. You resent the fact that the world sees us as wise and funny and entertaining. You resent the fact that the world is in love with us and hates us at the same time, and so you do too. He resents that. You're not going to tell me he doesn't. He needs to see a shrink and a good one.
Yes,
He
does.
hates the fact that his own image will get him nothing but laughed at and picked at and poked at. But if you put on a wig and a dress, so literally you got to look something like us even to be taken seriously. You had to look and behave like us before anybody would even learn your name. Now, how sad is that? Check that. It's the same thing for the clear women who sit up and you can't even catch a clear man no more unless you look something like us. You got to get a tan and buy some hips, sweetie. You got to go try to blow up your lips and maybe make your hair look a little more textured instead of that fur that points to the ground. See, they resent the fact that the very women they hate, you ain't even relevant until you look something like us.
God, Sunita, you gave a word. Girl, you laid it down. You are so right.
See,
because he's not loved. People don't get real excited about him. They don't want to be around him. They want to be around Medea.
Hello.
Girl, thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. He realized that that's what got him paid. He realized that that's what fed it. He realized that had he never put on that muumuu and that wig, we wouldn't even be discussing him, because who the hell wants to know you? Look at you. Look at you. See, Black women are far too kind. We're far too kind.
Wake. Ooh.
Far too kind. Because see, somebody should have told him a long time ago, baby, you was broke and homeless because don't nobody want you. Don't nobody care about you. Look at you. You a huge Negro that can't even catch and throw a ball. Look at you. Switching around and pursing your lips everywhere you go.
Wow.
You couldn't even get paid. Pursing his lips, just pursing his lips. Yes. You couldn't get paid. You couldn't even get a call back, baby. Ain't nobody even remember you until you had to make yourself up to look like us.
Yes.
Ain't that something?
Yes. And you know, as I'm listening to you, I'm now reflecting on the piece about, well, if he loves you, if he's this, if he's that, just take him, you know, broke and all, because who cares if your kids don't get fed or nothing? Because that's what I also think about Black men, that they're not going to rise above a light bill payment. So he hates all of who he is. He hates every bit of it. He realizes, Felicia, let me be even more silly. He knows, you know that old phrase, there but for the grace of God go I. He knows that there but for the grace of that wig and muumuu goes him. Absolutely. He knows without that wig and that muumuu, he would have been Ray Ray the Dust Bunny. Absolutely. Who was asking to sleep on a settee and pay a light bill. He know that was his life. It was right there. It was waiting on him. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I be trying to get y'all to see what it is. I be wanting y'all to see what it really is. See, a lot of this stuff that we catch from people, the hatred is real, resentment is real, man. It's real. Come again and say he had talent, but relied on that persona. No, baby. His only talent was that persona. Because he can't write for piss. Y'all seen that with everything he gave you after. And Bianca, hold on. Did you put in the chat that you hope to see her in the future? I don't want to see her in the future. That heifer had the nerve to insult me. I don't ever want to see you in the future.
Oh, she did. I forgot about that, sis.
Yeah, I don't want to see her in the future. She's one of those. She's one of those people that can go and get her a nice piece of lakefront property and get henna. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, bye.
And you know, I also wanted to, if I can, before I come off, want to express my condolences to Marley's family, and thank you for sharing that with us. Oh, you mean MohBad? Yeah. Oh, MohBad. Excuse me. Yeah, because Naira Marley is the gentleman who is being accused. Him and his associates and his brother are being accused of harming that young man.
Yeah, I feel so bad about that. I don't know what happened. I guess now that they're gonna do an autopsy, maybe we'll get some clarity because something is very fishy there. Who die on a Tuesday get buried on Wednesday. And
Right.
I don't know no black people move that quick. That's why I'm like, was this a religious thing? What was that for?
I'm just troubled. Across the world, young people, their lives are being taken from them in such brutal ways.
What the thing is, we still don't know the cause of death. We still don't know.
Well, his mother pretty much told me.
Well, mama said he didn't die a natural death. Now I just want to know how everything went down, and I just think that the hurry and rushing to bury that boy, something's funny there. Something's funny. What y'all in a hurry for?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it had to be religious reasons, because I ain't never seen a funeral go down that fast, especially over yonder. Since when? Because not last year, but was it last year? No, that was, I want to say it was last year. No, year before. Auntie Franca passed in October, and they didn't bury her till almost January.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they be real life paying mortuary fees and stuff. So, not, morgue fees. So, how? The next day, since when? How?
It's just the losses and
something done went on. Something went on, and then it was the fact that they made that boy drink something, and he recorded this long before he passed with him sitting up there crying. That kind of like made my chest hurt watching that baby cry. Now he dead, but up there crying, and he was like, they made him drink that water that had some white substance in it. He didn't know what the white substance was. They made him drink that. And then it wasn't even like a little while, it's been a few months, and now he dead. Like, what did y'all do to that child? And then for his mama to say that ever since he met Naira Marley, he been scared every day. He been not sleeping at night. What the hell did y'all do to that boy? And the fact that when he wanted to leave your label, why did y'all jump him? What y'all beat him up for? I heard the story. I heard they didn't just beat him and strip him out their clothes. I heard that when they ran off from there, somebody was chasing them with a goddamn machete. But they said cutlass, but same thing. So I'm trying to understand, what is the problem? Then come to find out some of the music that they was putting out saying, oh, that's Naira Marley music. It was really this boy. So they was using him to make the music. So no, we ain't gonna let you escape. You gonna stay with Marley and music.
Yeah.
I say, wait just a doggone minute. What y'all done to this boy? Because I'm starting to kind of side with the people. Like, what did y'all do? Y'all clearly did something. The question is, what did you do?
It's just so much, and I want to say to Couture Bay, I'm really sorry about that experience.
Girl, that made me mad. The nerve of Timothy to go over there bothering that baby.
That pissed me off.
He got a lot of nerve. He gonna get enough. What's gonna happen is he gonna run up on a sister in real life, and somebody gonna bless his game. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Somebody gonna bless his game. Because all it's gonna take is for him to roll up on a sister like me. And y'all ain't gonna never hear another story about him rolling up on nobody else.
Well,
I'm dead serious.
You ain't never told a lie. I know that for a fact. You ain't never told not one lie.
For real. Like, the day he roll up on a sister like me, y'all ain't gonna never hear another story about him rolling up on nobody. I promise you that.
Well, and you also made an excellent point about, why did he choose to speak ill of Tasha's children? I firmly believe that children ought to be loved and protected. I don't know why he felt that he had to go that way, but to now go after someone else's child because they commented on it tells me that he's just a very confused and very evil-spirited man.
He is a very sick man. That's who he is, a very sick man. You verbally attack children, little babies, who you more than likely never even laid eyes on in life, other than maybe a picture. And then when people are expressing their displeasure at your attack of children, you then go and attack a young woman.
Yep.
He's a very sick and twisted man. I'm telling you, he needs to run into the right sister. That's all. That's all. That's the only thing that's missing. That's the only ingredient that's missing. Because one thing about it, and two things for sure. If you're doing something that I consider to be egregious, I'm gonna talk about you.
Come on.
I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk about you bad too.
And dare you to come over here on this porch.
Yeah, you welcome at any time. You welcome in real life. Because Bianca, as you know, as everybody knows, my address is never a secret.
Oh, listen.
It's never a secret. And I got them beautiful. I got something beautiful in every room in this house.
We know.
Every room in this house. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. You can
Not
come this
something
way if
beautiful,
you want.
sis.
Something beautiful in every room in this house. And if you happen to slide this way with that foolishness, baby, when you leave, your life will never be the same. Your life will never be. You're gonna feel like you're gonna feel like you left the most powerful revival meeting on the planet, because your life ain't gonna never be the same if you come sliding over here uninvited.
And I found it also very interesting that you were saying that there were people saying, well, she says something about his mother. And
talk about her mama.
Exactly.
Right.
You go attacking children. Hell, at the end of the day, we all black. Ain't nobody stupid. We done all played the dozens. Everybody done went for the your mama jokes. It happens. Like, get over it. Get a life. If she talk about your mama, go in on her mama. Hell, we came up on the your mama jokes. I done heard so many. Your mama so fat. Your mama so bald headed. Your mama so dumb. Your mama so little. Your mama so big. You know, how many your mama jokes have we not heard?
Correct. But I think the shift of I think that the shift of younger women, they're just not going out and wanting to buy tickets to any Tyler Perry movies or plays, and they're not buying the Inyana books, and they're not necessarily buying into the old regime per se. And I think they're trying to win back their audiences.
Listen, sis, Tyler making his money because he make them corny TV shows, and y'all be watching them. You know how I know?
I don't watch.
Because it not you in particular, but you know what I'm saying. Because people never fail to come in this chat. Did you watch so and so? Did you watch that? Is you watching the Have? I don't watch none of that bull crap. Because see, when I say I don't like somebody and I don't support them, y'all know I mean that from the bottom of my black little heart.
Yeah.
But I cannot count the amount of times. Bianca, you been in here. Am I lying? Do they not come in here on a regular? Oh, did you watch this? Did you watch that? Tyler Perry crap.
They absolutely do. They
absolutely
do.
They support that Negro. Now, Iyanla been losing money like a crackhead losing weight, but he ain't.
Well, it's his turn. And I hope, because he was so pompous and so arrogant in making his statement, that those who have been lining his pocket, who took him from sleeping in a car to sleeping in a mansion, do something else with their money.
That's my thing. I want to see black women withdraw their support in mass. That's what I want to see. Withdraw your support, sisters. Because I just feel like how many different ways do these people have to tell you that they hate you? How many different ways? For somebody to tell you that you don't have a right to have standards and say, oh, well, just to keep your little list. Good luck with it. With his little sassy self.
But Sinitra, he didn't even say your husband. He said some man.
Well, because Felicia says, dear, why would you expect him to even put that in the atmosphere for black women to expect to be wives when he don't even want you to have standards at all?
No, I agree with you.
This Negro don't even want you to say that the man should be able to provide for you. So why on earth would he tell you to expect to have a husband? He don't want you to have a husband. He don't want you to have a provider and a protector. This Negro said he wants you to bring home the bacon and fry it in the pan. He said he don't even want you to go 50-50. I think 50-50 is an abomination. But he don't even want He don't even want 50-50. He wants you to pay for everything and let him pay a light bill and climb on top of you and do his business for you.
Oh,
Say
God.
amen. That's what he wants you to do.
I don't know. I think he's been hanging out with Oprah and Gail too much. I don't know.
Well, you got to look at, they're all the same kind of people. So of course that they all have the same ideals. However, I want Tyler to tell us how much money his man make, and then we can start from there.
No, he don't even pay the light bill.
No, I want to know how much money do his man make.
His man don't make nothing. He don't even pay the light bill.
No, we can't. That's conjecture. We don't know that. I want him to let us see his man's dossier. I want to know how much does his man make? Where does he work? What education does he have, if any? I want to know about his man.
Well,
why he's telling us, except Woody the wino and Harry the homeless guy. I want him to. That's what I want to know.
Okay. Well, maybe he'll come up and he'll answer that if enough of his supporters come forward and say, we are no longer on board.
Look at Andrew Mack. Mac, listen. Mac said his band, yes, because that man ain't gonna fool me into thinking that he's straight. Y'all know I don't fall for that. Ain't nobody in the world that's sassy and like women. You're just not gonna convince me of that.
Well, I think
I'm putting him in the same boat with.
He certainly hates black women.
I'm putting him in the same boat with Drew. I'm putting him in the same boat with Drew. I'm putting him in the same boat with Drew's husband. You're not finna convince me either one of those men are straight. And hating black women is not enough to say he's homosexual, because a lot of very heterosexual straight black men hate black women. So hating black women is not about sexuality. I just don't feel like that man is heterosexual. I just don't think so. Now he could be, but I don't think so. Same thing I said about Drew's husband. Y'all keep, he going with Courtney. He went with this. Unless you show me a man, I don't believe you. No. Try again.
Try again.
I ain't buying it.
It is just a lot. It's just a lot. So
Lord, my girl, Felicia, you ain't ready. My sis on the phone say his man making rubles in Mali. Okay, I need my daiquiri after that. I can't take no more. I need a daiquiri. I'm gonna need a daiquiri after that. I can't take no more. That fool said rubles in Mali. Well, that's what Timothy said that Tasha gonna be doing, collecting Russian currency in an African nation. So, there's that.
Well,
I am not ready.
But thank you for letting me come up, and good night, everyone. And I really
anytime, sis. I appreciate you.
I need our millionaires and our billionaires to do better.
I know that's right. And thank you so much for
or at the very least, stay out of regular people business.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Bianca.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Felicia. But for real, people like Tyler with that kind of money.
Right.
People like Tyler with that kind of money, he really need to stay out of regular people business. Regular people ain't trying to get somebody who pay a light bill.
Exactly.
And I only brought up his man because, or did you go get a man to pay the light bill in your mansion, sir? Like, stop it. Stop trying to gaslight regular folks.
And
stay out of regular people business. Just like I try to stay out of rich people's economics and their business like that. I'll talk about them, but I don't try to tell them what they need to do with their money. He need to quit trying to tell regular people, especially black women who work very hard for our money. We couldn't just put on a muumuu and a wig and get paid. Okay.
No.
It looks like the people who imitate us. It's like, hold on. It's like the people who imitate us manage to get paid just by imitating us. So maybe they don't realize when we have, it's because we work real hard for it. So stop trying to tell regular people who worked hard for their money, sans muumuu and wig. what to do with it, how to manage it, and how to couple, because that's not your business. Okay. Ever since you escaped homelessness in that car, what regular people do with their money ain't your business.
Amen.
Now that's just
All
that
right.
on that.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Well, good
Good night,
night.
boo.
And thank you so
Good
much
night,
again for
my
calling
dear.
in.
Yes, Bianca, girl, thank you for helping me hold down the fort.
You know how
Child, I'm up here trying.
I'm so
Listen,
appreciative
I'm up
of
here.
people. I love the people.
I love them too. I just appreciate it. I'm sorry that we
You
had that
do.
unfortunate incident with somebody talking crazy at you. And I want to thank you publicly for keeping your composure, because that is the most ladylike thing to do. And I'm very sorry that it went that way, but I appreciate you keeping your composure and holding yourself together, because that was unpleasant and it did not go unnoticed. I noticed.
Yes.
I absolutely noticed, and it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. And don't feel bad, because I caught an insult too out of nowhere. So there's that. Um But I'm a good sport about it. You have to laugh about it. You can't control people. All you can do is just observe and don't let them, put you where they are. That's not cool. But any final thoughts on Tyler Perry, his craziness, Timothy and his foolishness, or anything else that we talked about tonight, girl? Oh, I know what we talk about, girl. Did you see Miss Tammy was hanging with Plies over there in Montgomery, Alabama?
Who was hanging with Plies?
Miss Tammy, girl.
No.
From the Brawl, the older lady with the blonde short afro that threw that clear girl in that water. She was hanging with Plies over there, girl. And they was hanging and whatever, and Plies met her, and they started playing Nuck If You Buck. Baby, Miss Tammy was tearing it up. Nuck If You Buck. What? I was like, oh, Miss Tammy. I want to beat Miss Tammy so bad. When I say I'm a fan,
right.
I'm a whole fan. I wonder, you know what? We need to try to contact Plies. Help me try to find a good contact for him, because we got to find out, if it's going to be some kind of nationwide party, and we going to all try to meet up in Montgomery next year in August around the 5th, for Cinco de Negro, because I want to be there. Like, if everybody going to be there, I'm going to be there. Now, Boosie had Ratchet Fest for Labor Day. I didn't want to go to Ratchet. Okay?
I love.
Now, if I was younger, if I was younger, y'all age and stuff, I would have went to Ratchet Fest. But I'm too grown for Ratchet Fest. But if we have a Cinco de Negro celebration in Montgomery next year around the 5th, I feel like Plies absolutely has to be there. And if you find out that we doing something, meaning us folks, I need to know in advance where I can be in Montgomery, because if that's the case, we probably better try to get a hotel ahead of time, because that city ain't that big, and them hotels probably gonna sell out quick.
Well, sister, I got the plugs on the hotels.
So, okay, woo-hoo.
And if I need to push them up and stick it out just so we can get Plies, baby.
Okay, look, we might have to figure out what's going on. I feel like all of us need to plan to be there. That need to be like a national, like homecoming, a national family reunion. Like, all the black folks need to be in Montgomery for Cinco de Negro. Girl, I seen Plies over there hanging with Miss Tammy. They up there dancing the Nuck If You Buck. I say, oh, she real. She real, man. Miss Tammy had her dukes up, and she was getting it. I say, get it, Miss Tammy. God dang. I'm a fan. That lady excites me so much. Oh, she excites me so much. Come again talking about, I got my middle chair. Oh, Lord. Walmart gonna sell out of chairs that weekend.
Come again. I got my middle chair in my trunk. Let somebody
Girl,
come
we
for
got
me.
chairs over here. We got chairs to the house. We got chairs to the house.
I got the metal chairs. I got the plastic folded chairs. I got the wooden folded chairs. Choose your pleasure. Choose
you know what?
your
I think
pleasure.
I would prefer the wood. It's I don't know. It's something nostalgic about the wood. I would prefer a wood folding chair.
Because sister, it'll give them a little splinter. Let you know that it'll leave you with a little mark, like a little bit more than just a bruise.
Yeah, I feel like it'll put some stank on it. I think that'll put some stank on it. I personally, I just want to go meet Miss Tammy. Like, that's for real. I want to go and meet Miss Tammy. That's all I want to do, y'all. Y'all don't even understand how bad I want to meet Miss Tammy. Man, when she threw that girl out there in that water, and she talking about if she knew she was if she knew the girl could swim, she'd have threw her out further. I say, man, this is my hero right here. This is my hero. Mac said, I prefer a wooden chair too. I knew me and you was on the same frequency. I knew it, Mac. I knew it. Mac want a wood chair too.
I know that's right, Mac. Come on, Andrew. I knew we connected for a reason.
Yeah, Mac, right?
We on to the wood. So
I can dig it.
Everybody on the World family, listen. The porch, we carrying the wood stools, him.
Yeah, the wood chairs. We need them. The wood. I definitely want a wood one. See, absolutely.
We make each other better every day. Only thing we have to do is sit down and have a conversation about it. We make each other better.
Child, my sister on the phone talking about she gonna bring a card table. I'm through. The card table. We hitting people with card tables now. Lord, let me out. Good. Look here. Let me go because I got to go drive through and get me a cold one, especially after the night. Girl, I done been insulted and everything. I need to go get me a drink. Got to be more careful. So look, anything you want to tell your kin folks before we jump off this porch? Or is your mic messing up again, girl? I think it is, y'all. I think it is. I can hear you now.
Oh, so yes, most definitely. I want to tell everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate everyone on the Royal family. We are family. We can disagree, but we got to keep it respectful, you guys. We got to keep it respectful because we are not messy over here or you will get escorted out. Again, everybody hit that like button going out. And if we can get y'all to attack that engagement button on the way out the door, I would appreciate it. Everybody send the hearts up. Let YouTube know that somebody in here, over here, that talk about real-ish. Because you got to misspell your curse words, everybody. Misspell your curse words in the chat. But for everybody over here that talk about real-ish, we got to let them know that we outside on this good porch, y'all. So just hit that like button. It's free. Hit that engagement button. It's free, y'all. We love everybody on the porch, and we appreciate you all. And that's all I got to say, sis.
Yeah, we appreciate you. All right, little sister, I appreciate you. Like, hey, did you work on that special assignment? Any updates?
Yes, I did work on that special assignment. The update is the assignment won't be back in until 2 weeks from now. So they'll be back in on the 30th.
Okay, good. Yeah, we stalking that assignment. Yes, God.
Eyeballs, y'all. Eyeballs. Be on the lookout.
All right, girl. I'll call you later.
All right, sis. Bye, y'all. Hit that like button on the way out.
All right. Look, y'all, I appreciate everybody. Y'all know what I'm going to ask you. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, I hope you did. But if you didn't hit that like button on the way in, please make sure you hit that bad boy on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every time we go live over here on this porch. Subscribe if you have not subscribed because we love to have you here. Yes, when you get here. Okay. If you want to join channel membership so we can celebrate your birthday or any of your other special days, the join button is right beneath the video, and there's a membership link in the description box of the video. All right. So look, y'all. Also in the description box is the link for our Royal Family merch if you want to rep the Royal Family, and also my wish list if y'all want to send us some snacks and stuff. Shout out again to Philly Joint for my ginger ale soda. That was the bomb, baby. That was the bomb. I think I'm gonna add some soft peppermints to that list. I love them soft milk, them, the ones that look like regular peppermints, but they soft. I'm gonna add them too. But look, let me quit babbling and get my butt over here to this Zachary shack before it gets too late. And I will talk to y'all soon. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great night. Sweet dreams. Say your prayers if you go into bed. And also remember, if nobody else says it to you guys, remember, God loves you. I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all soon, okay? Bye, y'all.